in studio tonight. I'm here along with Mr. Stanton A. Waterspoon Sr., who is the lead presenter of this platform, along with Reverend and Dr. Peabody. They are going to be here to talk about issues that matter. And we have several guests coming in, but at first we will join the CEO in the US of A, along with his crew, who will formally make introduction of this program. Good evening, Mr. Stanton A. Waterspoon and Tim. Good evening.
Thank you very much, James. Good evening to you. Thank you very much, because I know it's very important that we have this show today. In studio with me is the Reverend Charles LIB Martin and Dr. Henry.
Let's see how we can get you guys from this way. Good evening.
Are you okay? Is it okay?
Hold on. Let me work on something in here, and we will see how to get you guys going through. Let me take a very short musical break, and right after that, we will bring you back in.
Thank you.
All right, folks, welcome back. And like I was saying, tonight we are here again, and I'm here in place of Emmanuel Kotu. Let me join the guys in the US of A to do introduction of this program. Good evening, Mr. Stanton Waterspoon Sr.
Thank you very much, James. Are we good?
Yeah, we are okay. I think you are okay than before.
Thank you very much. So in studio for today, always any day on the Spoon platform, we have the Reverend Charles LIB Martin, and we have Dr. Henry G. Peabody. Thank you for taking off your time, James, to cover up for Emmanuel, who is on another assignment, doing the things that we all appreciate a lot, working on behalf of the Spoon Foundation. We're going to have a wonderful show today. We have in studio, and those of you guys that were with us yesterday, we announced that we will be having today in studio PCK. If you know PCK, one of Liberia's favorite artists, he will be coming up for a whole another reason. There was an accusation leveled against him, and he's here to speak truth and nothing but the truth. We also have the accuser, Ms. Martha Nimley, who will be coming up first to speak on this issue, Reverend. We make mention that this is a good story. We have to actually bring it and let the people listen. Not yes say, not they say, not he say, not she say. Let it just come from PCK, and it will going to come from Martha Nimley as well. We need to get to the bottom of this story. On social media, it was trending that he assaulted. He laid his hand on this young lady, the common folk. So therefore, I'm not going to be the one to explain. They will explain, Reverend. And also joining us is the Gender-Based Awareness Group, being here today represented by Tivina Cole and Steve. So they're going to put in the 2 cents. They're going to add this up. They're going to spice this up. And we're just trying to bring awareness to the issue about gender-based, the function and the dysfunction in every aspect. Why there's abuse, rape, why there's sexual violence, and all these things, Reverend. So, Dr. Peabody, that's what we are here for. I hope we can just cover an hour and a half, and we depart in peace. So, you know how it is. Today is the 25th. July.
Hour and a half.
Yes, we will.
We're going to hold his feet to the fire on this.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Because I was just in Delaware, but I ran home because it's very important that we keep up the time. So, Reverend, that's what we're going into right now. Thank you for joining us. Daniel Jr., Mark Logan, the doctor himself, Evangelist Mary Smith, John K. Flomo, Elizabeth Victoria Dempster, Dennis Dixon, Fatty Johnson, Elder James Blake Jr., Noted Womba, and many, many more. Thank you guys for joining us. Share the video. You're about to hear from your own artist himself, PC Kid, on Hold Another Story, not about music. And somebody is accusing him. Please, let's be respectful. We're going to listen to his story. We're going to listen to her story. And you can decide who's telling the truth. Go ahead, Reverend.
Yeah, I'm especially interested in this story, given the movement that we find ourselves in the world today. I know the constant verbalization about atrocities that are perpetrated against women and individuals who are defenseless. And so we want to really get to the bottom of this. And as you said, we really want to hear from who expresses herself as being victimized. We want to hear from who has been accused as the perpetrator. We want to listen to the story, and we want the audience to be able to draw their own conclusion. But it's important that with the Me Too movement, with the expression of women today, even in the legislature, we find this as a big problem right now. We've heard this lady speak up from the House just the other day about being abused verbally by another member of the House of Legislature.
Alexander Otes.
Yeah, so this is important, and we want to listen, we want to learn, but we also want to find solutions to these kinds of violence and atrocities that have been perpetrated in our society. It's hard time that we listen, that we learn, and we find solutions. So I'm grateful to be on this panel this evening.
Dr. Peabody.
It's good to be here. Happy 26th to everybody and to all the folks in Liberia. I want to wish you a happy 26th. It's important that we address the issue of gender-based violence in Liberia. We've seen it has been on the rise, and especially domestic violence, rape, and all of that. It has been on the rise. So it is really important. I know the lady is in, but it's really important that we address that and be able to offer any kind of help. It's good that we have Tevina Cole on, who will also help us and give us suggestions on how we can help this lady find comfort and find help in Liberia. So thank you, and it's good to be here.
Before we go to Tevina Cole, Ms. Tevina Cole, we should understand that they represent the gender-based awareness group. This is our third or fourth time hosting them, and it's just a good timing that we can hear the story of PCK and Ms. Martha Nimley. And let's see how we can address this issue on air. Most of the story, the Reverend, you find out people decide to have this conversation behind closed door. Reverend, are you with us? Okay, maybe we're having some technical issue with the Reverend. So that's most of these stories, we find that they discuss it behind closed door. It's time to bring them to the light. It's time for us to discuss them. It's time for us to get to the bottom of them and see how best we can, bring some awareness to them. And that's what we are here for. That's why, Mr. Vina, welcome to the show. And just let us know before we bring in Miss Martha. Talk to us. That's the show for today. We're about to start.
Welcome. Can you hear me? I'm on earpiece.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I'm glad to be on the show with one of my colleagues, Steve, joining me, the expert in trauma and psychology. We're not judges. Let me just set a disclaimer where this is not a courtroom. If it was a courtroom, I won't be on there because I'm not qualified to be there. But we're just here, like the Spoon TV said, we're just here to listen to both sides and just show empathy and see how best we can support both sides. So let's have a good discussion. Happy 26th. Happy 26th. Alrighty.
I know we have Steve in the back. We will bring him in later on, and because we can want to take 6 for down because we are just constrained on an hour or an hour and a half the most. We must leave from here right now with 9 minutes into this program. It's 4:20. 4:20 with another. If we make an hour and a half, by 5:30 we're out of here. And then definitely so. So I'm sorry, this is not one of the show we will take question. Let me be very straight up with this. I know sometimes we open the phone line to take questions. We will try to, but let's just keep our question to the question. and not to express any sentiments as to who is or who is against or who for whatsoever. No. If we can do that, we will move from here in peace. Now, we're going to take a musical break, and we're going to bring in Miss Martha Nimley, the accuser, the person that accusing PC Kid of hating her and busting her mouth open. So let's take musical break, Mr. James, and we bring in Miss Martha.
Okay. Let me get this music on by Parba called Love. Let us show some love.
You the cover you, reaching God, man. I never seen love like this. Lyrics, yeah. In love with a poor man's song. It's better for me to mislead you in honesty than for me to tell you lies. So I say my man, I guess hello. My papa like carpenter man. You are on scrap. I live in Sazin ground. I operating with Kakutere. For you, you live in a mansion. You operating with LEC. I had to go to school. School fit on up where my phone.
Okay, folks, welcome back. And this is the program Spoon Talk. Tonight, you have the team in the US of A, and you also have PCK and Mata, who will be appearing here to talk about issues that they have been going through. So let's join Mr. Waterspoon as we continue with this program.
Thank you very much, Mr. James. Miss Martha, welcome to the Spoon Talk on the Spoon platform. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you very much. Can you just tell us a little
Come closer.
bit more about yourself? You are on the forum. You are here right now to explain the story that brought you in today. Can you just tell us a little more about yourself?
Okay, I'm Martha now. I do business. I sell around. I have a little store selling into my team, I and my family.
We are not here to be, like Tavina said, we are not going to be the judge on the show. We just want to listen and hear your side of the story. Are you comfortable in any way to move on, that we can ask you questions, that you can explain to us and all those that listen? Realize that you have people listening in Liberia and outside of Liberia, on the radio and on the TV. Are you comfortable? Do you want us to move on with this program today?
Yes,
Okay. What's your full name again?
my name is Martha Kenny.
Martha Nimley?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to ask you a question, Miss Martha. I'm going to ask you a question. The Reverend, you have Reverend Charles Levi Mountain, who will be asking you a question. You have Dr. Heron Peabody, and you have Mr. Vina Cole going to be asking you a question. If James get any further question, he's going to jump in likewise. And we're going to make it short because we know that right now it's 8:24 in Liberia, and you yourself, you got to go home. If for any reason you cannot get home, we're going to use one of the vehicle on ground, and one of the driver going to take you home. Okay? So we just want you to be relaxed. We want you to be safe. We want you to be sound, that you are in the good hands till we go through this program. All right?
Okay.
So, Reverend, you
Yeah.
can go ahead. You can start first.
Yeah, first of all, I got to tell you, it's good to have you here. Thank you for showing up. Martha, can you tell us how old you are?
I'm 36 years of age.
You're 36 years of age. Okay. I know you made the accusation that you were violently beating by PCK. How did you guys meet? What's your relationship with him?
We are not hearing you, Martha.
He needs to be unmuted.
Yeah, let's try that.
Oh, she's still muted.
I think James is working on something. Again, this is to tell me we should get James in.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just coming on the show, there is a popular Liberian artist named PCK who's been accused of being violent with this young lady that we're interviewing today. We're not making any conclusion. We are not serving as judges. All we're trying to do, as we always do in this program, is try to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we're trying to get to the bottom of that, if you're listening at all and can hear us.
So while you said that, I think James having some technical issue, but now he's coming back on. Try to reconnect with Mata. Mata is in studio, by the way, Dr. Peabody. Mata is in studio. So it's a good thing we're going to have a good connection. Again, the Reverend was just asking Mata, I mean, what was the problem? What led to the issue? And we would give Mata a chance to explain to Rena. We do not want to rush to judgment. We do not want to put words in Mata's mouth. We are here as a listener, and we're going to ask questions like everyone else. And let's just give Mata a chance to explain. James, are you good? Can we bring in Mata again?
Her mic still seems muted.
Mata is muted, James.
Yes, that is what we're trying to work on here. We're trying to get her unmuted, but it's I think she's a bit okay.
All right.
Yeah, hello. You guys.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Yes, you're good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm Martha Nimne. I moved to the USA role last year, July. And this July making me a year now. And this is what happened. I just want to go straight to the point.
Right.
Straight to what that occurred between I and PCK. Sunday, I was about to go to church, but I started feeling weak.
Hold on, Martha. We are not hearing you.
Okay. So
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You're good.
You guys getting me now?
Yes, can you start
ma'am.
from Sunday? You wanted to go to church, but you were feeling weak. Start from there. Go.
Thank you. Sunday, I wanted to go to church, and I was feeling weak. So I decided to walk on the porch. So when I walk on the porch, I was like standing. So I started looking around. So something just caught my eyes. Up the sling. The line connection. So then I saw the line connection from PCK apartment to my apartment. So I was like, "Oh, what happened? What's going on?" So I asking the children, like, saying, "Oh, we know about it."
Martha, hold on 1 minute. Martha, hold on 1 minute. Again, we having that technical problem, and she having echo in the back, James.
Yeah, we're getting feedback.
Do me a favor. Turn Martha phone off. She's in studio. Try to save her with the mic that you're using, and we use one mic. Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah, go ahead. She's good now.
Go ahead, Miss Martha.
So I decided to walk on the porch. When I walk on the porch, like something like, "Oh, look up to go up the roof."
Go ahead. You okay?
Okay. So I look up. When I look up, I saw the line from PCK apartment to my apartment connecting on my wire.
We're not hearing her, James. She was good at first.
Yeah, go ahead, Martha. I think you are a little bit okay.
You getting me now?
Yeah.
You guys getting me?
All right, James. We getting Martha. Don't touch anything. She's good, and you good.
Okay, Martha, go ahead.
All right.
So I look up. I saw the line from physical apartment to my apartment. I said, well, what's going on here? Small other men are put in the other room in the apartment. He said, oh, I know about it. I said, well, Mama, you always here and like early morning, 7, 8, I'm going out. Only in the evening I can be here. So when things that they going on, at least you should comfort me, you should tell me. He said, no, I never been looking there, I don't know what happened. So I said, okay. I will ask them. I went and like calling their attention in the studio. Because the place was apartment, but now they make it a studio. So calling their attention, I couldn't get nobody to come to me. So I went to the landlady, he and our landlady. I went to the landlady. I said, our mom, she said, yes. I said, this is what happening. Can you please tell the children to take the line off my line? And she said, I can't talk anything in it. Physical, this is what happening, this is what going on. She said, oh, I don't know about it, or I will call them for them to take out the line, which was on Sunday. They go on Sunday. So the other boy called me, Nature. He said, please come, Mama, because they can call me Mama, because my other brother taught him how to call me that name, which is Dinch. Yeah, musician friend Dinch. So he said that my mom there, when you start to explain past story to them, so all of them can call me Mama. So he said, Mama, can let me show you? They come in our apartment, let me show you the connection. I said, I don't know about connection, I don't know about why you're connecting. The only thing I want you to do for me is to take your line off my line. Then whatever you're doing there, you can go ahead with it. But I just want to I just want you to take your line off my line. That's the main problem with me and you right now. So he said, oh, but I'm not taking quarrel from you. You start to justify saying another thing. I said, I'm not an electrician, I'm not builder, I'm not anything about this stuff. Just get your line off my line. And the only thing will get me happy right now. So he still start talking. They want to call Nature. So when he was certified talking, I should go in the apartment. I said, I'm not going there. I will stand right here until you cut that line, then I will be certified. So he went, he said, okay, let me call the boy. He called one other boy, they took knife, and then they cut the line, the two sides, the negative and positive side. They carry the wire, they hold the wire and carry it in their place. So I said, that's all I wanted, y'all, thank you. I said, it shouldn't happen again, I'm begging you, because when LEC people comes, and I'm not here sometimes for even like all the woman she got her paper, but at least when neighbors in a place to talk for me, they will carry my line. If I come there, I have to call the people, be chasing them wherever they would be. I will go to them, talk to them. The ones I can be in a yellow jacket, they came back with the paper and they connected me when I give them my paper. So I don't want you doing it because when I'm here, in case of any problem, it will give me a hard time. So he understood that and he went in, they called the line on Sunday. So Monday, I never looked there when I went to go sell. Tuesday early morning, I woke up, I went to go sell again, where I can go. So soon in the morning, I can be to the shop. So in the evening, I came, I walked to the push. When I walked to the push, I like looking around because the direction they connected the line is on that direction. So now they took different direction by putting the line in the slater, laying it on the flat. So I saw it again. I said, so the people there, what happened now? I try to be myself, at least we all can be as human as we've been. Or I would just be talking the one thing over from Sunday to the Tuesday again, the line here. So I called the men that I get renting a room to in the apartment. I said, Mama, the people have connected the line again. When I say I don't know about it, but physically is in the studio because I placed our one bedroom apartment. He and the children were there, his friends. Sometimes his mother come there to spend time. They all will be sleeping in there until he moved out and make the place for studio. So I went there. He said, the men are renting my place. I told him, I said, but the land, they have connected a different way. He said, physically is in the studio. So I enter, I knock the place, no one enters in it, but the door was already open. So I put my head in. So I said, oh, physically, hello. He said, hello. I said, the land, your children called the land on Sunday. But today, again, I come and meet the land up here. He said the line is not connected. I said, okay, since it's not connected, and where in my slinger, I can look in my slinger to know whether it is connected or not. just remove it for me, Papa. I'm begging you, please. He said, I'm not removing the line.
Hold on 1 minute, man. Just hold on 1 minute. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, please bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, because we know James is doing extremely well, and he's still trying to get this thing. But I think we're good. Reverend, can you hear her? Tavina, Dr. Peabody, we all can hear her, right?
She's okay. I'm just trying to, like, increase her mic in order to get her very clear.
Okay, well, so thank you very much.
Let you just continue.
So James, just remember where you are. Don't shake. Don't kill a fly.
Okay.
Thank you. Go
Martha,
ahead, man.
continue.
So I like saying,
Go ahead.
I like saying, if you continue land, then I will go to the station and tell the police to come and remove the land because I don't want problem. I think you can always see when you and I, we cool. Hello, you my brother, we cool. Sometimes I cook and whatever. I don't even like to discuss that. So I like walking to go to the station. He walked ahead of me. He went, the boss officer, the landlord and her daughter was sitting right in front of their house. So when he got there, our man, Beno, your please tell your matter. She not come behind me again with a land issue. The land business, she not come again. I said, our man, your please come and go see. Yeah, please just take the land in my sleep, connecting to my place. I would be happy. I basically not get a problem. The only problem is the land issue. But he's still refusing to take the land from my slinter. Where this is where the problem is. They follow me. While coming, he start talking. Don't excuse me for the expression. Now your shit there, you will not bring it to me. I will be the last person you will bring it to. And when they be for land, the children put the land on Sunday, and the other land are there, no quarry in it. And this, I said, well, I never saw the other land. The land that I saw the quarry, now a different direction the land in my city. So you're just taking from there, I'm begging you. He said, I'm not taking the land from them and put my God in there. I said, you're not taking the land? He said, yeah. I said, okay, that's infringing on my right. So you're not taking the land, I'm going to law. The woman was standing there. I will go to the police and call the police. Then they can see the land and take the land. Whether quarry in it or not, I just want you to take it off. That's all I want. He said he will not take it off. So he walked somewhere in front of his studio. Excuse me for the expression. I don't know what I should say.
Don't you say?
Should I go ahead and say it?
No, don't say it.
Well, then we can't know the fact. Just let her say it.
No. Just don't say it. Don't say it, please. It was a bad word. We know that.
Okay. So he insulted me. He insulted me more than 2-3 times. So I left there as a woman. The tears start coming from my eye. I said, all this insult that you giving me, it going to your mother. It going to your sister. If you marry, it going to your sister. So my living God and man, there is no lie in my story. I said, all the insulting words you giving me, it going to your sister, it going to your mother. If you marry, it going to your wife. But he insulted me. So I left for a while, turning my back. He came, he said, my mother, you insulting, and my mother, you insulting, and I really catch him. He came, he shot me. I fell to the step. But I fell, the woman came to push me back, they pushed me back. One of her friends, they called nature, one black boy. The boy left on the other side. Something so the breeze can touch it, it can be able to drag quicker. So he pushed me, the blood flashed in his face. When the blood flashed on him, he got afraid, he started running. So I woke up my whole clothes, my hands, everything bloody. I just left it like that. I went straight to the police station. The landlord was there, the landlord, all our daughter, and all our people were around. I went straight to the police station. I called the police. When they came, within me, PCK, and the other boy, the nature, the one that pushed me in the face. After PCK pushed me, he came behind PCK and pushed me in my face when the blood started shooting. When we came, we never met in nature. So the police people were like, but why the man running away? Why he running away? I said, let him go in there. why you running away? So my children like, but he said, they said they were not afraid. Then why you running away? So the police said, let's go back to the station. When the blood still coming from home, we went to the station. The policeman said, okay, since there's the case, I want you to go treat yourself, because if I start to ask you what all that happened, when they blood on you, and my boss come and see it, he will get angry with me. So I want you to go treat yourself, whatever expenses so they can pay. So I went to the clinic there. One of them, okay, the other one they call Wizzy carried me straight to some other clinic. My first time to see that clinic, because I had to go around it. I come from all Adisa. So we went to the clinic, the people went and did all that, whatever, and then start treating me. They said they want to sew the place. I said, no, I won't sew my eye, under my eye. So the man said, okay, I will use my medical ethic and then take care of the face. So he start doing whatever he can do. He said, for now to eat the money, the flesh will come together. Then we'll start treating it for it to dry, and then they will erase. I said, thank you, because I don't want stitches on my face. So that he started the treatment. We went back to the station. The policeman said, my picking, that people will know you. But if we don't know you, our picking, that I will not take us through on your phone for you to go in jail. But you are picking, and then in the money you come, somebody will scare your bone, you come, so we can talk it out. So the man said, matter of going in the morning, by 9 o'clock, you should be here. I said, okay, sir. So I left from there. I came home in the morning before going to the clinic. Before going to the police station. The community chairman, one of my friends, because she's an LDC girl, they call her Caroline. I called Caroline and explained that night. Well, I was already in anger that same night it happened. I went and called Caroline and I posted those pictures. But all that went on, I posted it. That same night when the incident happened. So I called Caroline, I explained Caroline. Caroline called the community chairman and explained to him. Every morning he came to me. He said, hello, I came to so. I said, oh, I don't want. So you live here? I said, yes, but so money I can't be here. So money I go out to go to my cover work and whatever to maintain myself. He said, yeah, because I can see one burden. I said, yeah, my tenants. When I rented the place, I decided to give one more to be able to manage myself, not to be stranded. He said, okay, that's good. But I came to you, one of your friends called me because I'm the chairman in the committee. I said, okay. I think I saw you one time, I was walking to the back. You were giving announcement to have meeting and stuff. He said, yes, I know. I said, okay, you're welcome. So when you sat down on the side, okay, the boss. So my landlord came in that time, physical mother came, and some other people, relatives and things, and others were around. And then they asked, they start to ask what happened, what went on. So I explained to him. When I explained to him, he said, okay, the woman should come, the woman explain, everybody explain. So he begged me the matter, I beg you, I understand what all that happened. And then he took the nature board, the board that blow me in the face, that brutalized me in the face. He caught the case that he said, nature, you wrong. You wrong this lady. You wrong her. But that we all go to the station so we can talk it as family and bring the case home. So the physical mother, she came to me, she said, Martha, you my daughter. I've been here, you can come here, sometimes you face the children in here, sometimes when the children come from relatives, they are relatives and things they will come. Oh, is there I will like come our mom help me face my house, help me do the thing at a time, just move. I said, okay, no problem. Oh, our mom help me give me bowl, I will face the thing, and repeat help me the copper, play me with spoon, everything like that. So I take them to be my family. So the woman started talking about all of it. She said, hey, Martha, let me have a chest problem. And the thing it worried me. I beg you. Or poor better woman, we all struggling towards life. So she was crying. She followed me to the police station with the chairman. We all went there. They said, we should take the case from there. I said, okay, no problem. And I bring the case home. So we took the case from there and brought the case home. So they left there. When I posted those pictures, he went on the media giving different scenarios, saying different things or the what that happened. So it really brought me again. I said, oh, if the children are going to kill me, how it was going to be if you do something wrong for the sake of the Almighty God. There is nobody can come from heaven to beg someone. They say when you talk the truth can set you free. I don't know how to lie. If the boy did a thing to me, he can explain, actually what that happened. This is what that happened, my people. You please talk to Matter I threw, I went in the quarrel, I threw a wire and whatever, and then I pushed her, my brother came and blew her in the face, but he gave me different story that some other guys came in the studio to come do work there, and I have problem. I said, if I were going to die, this is why we're going to be going around. Or my eye were going to bust, this is why the children were going to be saved. So which means he's not sorry, he's not begging, he's trying to justify. So because of that, he wants to infringe on my rights. He wants to infringe on my rights, and I will not let it at that. First, if you know, I can take the case from the station, right to the station, as also be telling them, let all go to the court. But people came around and talk. We all got out and we all have one. How I've been taking care, we all in the place. One day PCK have never given me money. The other place I can remember that I ever drank something from PCK was to on nearby club, what it was Sandy Bar. When I met you there, oh my sister, I say, yeah, Papa, take a million beer, the girl all beer in Liberia, 1 million beer. That's the only thing I've ever drinking from PCK. PCK one food, Mama, you inside there, you get something there. I said, yeah, come, Papa. They will come. What they in the bars, come on, they drink, hard drink and stuff. He and a friend we see, they will come. I open up to them as my brothers, and we all at one in the place. But I sat down to them because that's how I can live. One somewhere. We enter in the place, they will take anything they want food, say I will give it. I will be waiting on shopping, say, will come in. And Mama, I said, yeah, you tell the children to give me small soup here. So I will come down, they get the food to love, we get the training and how they come. You know. So we've been that, we've been moving. But when they go, most often when they go to the house, the other children, meaning you don't ready, fasting, when they once in a while you will see in there. The only time you were ready, they see there when they were living there. Now say you move and you made a play all of studio, you're not there every day. So the children that in the place now, when they come and get my things, either they lost my breaking thing, my spoon, my thing, then they will bust it, and then they will be giving me setback. I said, well, your woman and me, I say, I'm hustling. Then they will come to my thing for you. When I can't even left, I will not get it to go. When I can't one spoon, I will not get it. Everything. Since I'm going up here, I buy almost 5-6% of spoon. I said, no, but it's not correct. Since it will be, and you can maintain my things, you'll stop coming to my house. I said, you'll stop coming to my house to ask for anything here again. So, please, nobody more can ask for anything. So it was like that. And the foreign business, I had it came in, we went to the station, we took the case from there, we came. But the only thing I was telling me, why PCK keep denying on the radio, on the media, saying different story. Come straight to the point. Oh yes, this is my sister. Yeah, you know their problem. Even the one that put on last name on my face, he did it before. The man that in the house, he had problem with a computer he was drawing because he always won. So when he bring it out, he got problem where he will not be to himself. I even got a lot of videos in my phone here for him, what he will drink, and just do himself, something like that. The man left his computer outside, they went to put your last name, my 50 friend. He came from on the other side when the man came, one of the picking from in the walls. I told him, I said, picking, y'all when I tell the man the computer on the dressing table, because he will be doing the thing, I pay him maintaining his cell phone. The computer, I pay him taking care of a family. Then he leave here because he drunk. I can contact the computer from there. I told you. Yeah.
Abata, I'm sorry. I know you're going to go ahead to explain to everyone, and especially, thousands of people listening to you right now, not only in Liberia and around the world. So let's just take it step by step, because we want to understand. We want to dig in deeper into your story. Most people saw your story on Facebook and all other form of social media, and they were touched. Like, why would this happen? Though they didn't know you, and nobody on the set. You know anybody on the set, Martha?
No.
Except today, you know any one of us?
No, I know nobody.
Correct. So we want to be fair and balanced. That's why we got PCK in the back. He will be coming up to explain. But let's just ask you some question. Everything you have just explained, maybe I didn't understand you right. Did PCK on any time hit you directly?
PCK did what?
Did he hit you?
He pushed me, I fell on my back. Yeah, he pushed me, I fell on my back. Yeah, he shot me.
Okay, all right. But he didn't use his face to hit you directly, right? He
used his hands and shot me, I fell.
Okay. Did PCK, you said something, a word that we don't want to hear because other grown up listening and children also watching. But he insulted you.
Yes, he was the first
Verbal insult as well. Okay. All right. So based on that, but the issue about the LEC wire, how many times that happened?
The first time I noticed it was on Sunday, this on Sunday. So I told him, they put it right in front of me.
Okay. So you told him about the wire and they disconnected the line in front of you.
Right. Yes.
And you went out, you came back, then it happened again?
I went back, and when I went out, I came, which was on Tuesday, because Monday I didn't check. Tuesday I want to check, I met it there again. Then he said that it's not connected, but it's just in my sling. So I said, put it in, let's move it.
All right. How many people actually hate you? Because we're hearing the another person called Nature. So it was PCK shoving you, and who else?
And Nature came from the back like a friend, a brother. He came from the back and blew me in the face that I had the blood start shooting.
Okay, so Nature hit you in the face after you were shoved by PCK.
Yes.
Okay, the Reverend jump in, and after the Reverend asked 2 questions, we will ask Dr. P. Bali to ask 2 questions, and Tevinaco will ask you 2 questions. And we're going to remove Tevinaco and bring in Steve, who will ask you 2 questions too. Okay? If you, for any reason, you are uncomfortable to answer, don't answer. All right?
Okay.
All right, so Reverend, you jump in. Reverend, your mic.
Thank you. Martha, let me commend you for just being here to tell your story. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Now, if I understand correctly, this man that punched you in the face, did you say he had done it before in the past? Has he done it before?
He did it in the past by insulting me.
Okay, so the man who punched you in the face insulted you?
Yes, he.
Okay, so there was a verbal insult and then a physical
assault.
The second
time he blew me in the face. But the other time when he insulted me, I told PCK not to take it from other end.
Okay. Now, this man that punched you, has he apologized to you?
The community chairman came in, and when he started apologizing to me, that he only went over me, he didn't push, he didn't punch me. I said, he's still lying. You got to say the real thing. Let me be certified. I want to hear the real thing. Whatever that happened, just say it happened. We all are human. We can fall short, but they don't want to say it. They just doing it anyway. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so it's very clear that you were pushed by PCK.
Yes.
You were punched by Nature. Okay, I wanted to get that clear. Thank you.
Amata, I am really, really sorry and thank you for coming up and being so brave to explain this. I'm very sorry. Let me ask you, how are you doing now?
I'm trying little by little, but I still drinking water that I get it out.
My question is, the wire that was in you're talking about, the electric wire, what was it causing to your house? Was it harmful to you, or could it catch a fire? What really this wire was, and have they removed it?
The first time, which was on Sunday, they moved it from on my line. That's a coring issue. Because as I said, when the LEC people come around, they say first, second, third party on the line, they can remove your line and carry it. They did it to me before. So now, I don't want people connecting on my line, that they will carry the line, I go run after it, and I pay extra money. Come and say, I'm suffering to make my life.
Martha, just hold on a bit. CEO, I think we need to take a break from our side. You guys will continue to swap the mic, because where she is making the radio to ground. We need to swap, so you guys can continue.
Go ahead and do that. That's fine.
Yeah,
let's take a musical break. Let's take a musical break, and you can do that.
Okay. So let me get this.
Thank you.
Then we try to get this song from this. Okay. Let me get PCK on. So if you just join us, folks, bear with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are.
Savina, are you there? All right. We'll soon get us straightened out. Sorry that James is doing extremely well, but
everybody got a little area.
Everybody got an area. If you put James in the Capitol building, he would be the best. And
ask the tough questions. Yeah.
Yeah. James Meg Helen Johnson Sirleaf ran into her car. Yeah, so
she looked at James and just jumped in her car.
She did this. Come on, James. But on a serious note, we're going to be bringing PC Kid in, and we're going to try to find out exactly who's telling the truth.
Wow.
I'm not hearing you. Can you unmute?
We're not judges, but
can you? No, that you always come with your own opinion. Just hold on yet. Tavina, unmute your mic, Tavina. No, it's you. You can unmute your mic. Are we good, James?
Gina, stare up.
The data come up a little bit. Adjust your camera.
Yeah, no, I had to switch from my basement room to the other part of the basement.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good just to that. James, are we ready? You're gonna make us a move from your leg, James.
To the 26th now. We gotta go eat some roasted meat.
Today is not 26.
Nothing. What's the
Freestyle, Insta, Richard. Today me and you power Insta. Una. I want your una. I want put me on your finger. Una. I want your una. I want
that. You can dance to this, Dad. Come on, Dad. Everybody.
I want let go, baby.
Aha.
I feel you, baby. Love you. Go down, baby. Go there, baby.
One love. Go down, baby.
Go there, baby.
We ain't gonna do that today. We are on a serious discussion, Doctor. Hold on tomorrow. Hold on for the 26th.
It's so sad today already. I enjoy this.
Yeah, are we good?
They cannot tell you the way my money to you.
I got James, we got justice. So I want to hear what I'll be though.
I say, no fire, place the man, get up, bring you no tire, give me no fire, no fire,
You know, need to come in.
it's a
man. Go like my shorty. I be blow, I will see you rock your body. Hit the man. Go that's my shorty. You too nasty, your body love me.
One look, go down, baby. Break your back, I want go there, baby. One look, go down, baby. Break your back, I want go there, baby. One look, go down, baby. Break your back, I want go there, baby. One look, go down, baby. Break your back, I want go there, baby.
Someone know about the things that you doing every class in the morning. I want to know the thing that you doing where it lasts till the morning time. I want to know the thing that you doing every class in the morning. I want to know the thing that you doing where it lasts till the morning time. Are you ready? Go down, baby. I like to see you want when you step on the beat. Sweet, I make you stand on your feet. And you get in legendary, you remove covers. I make it dance, you be rocking it. Don't show your style because I'm watching it. Shake your boo way for baby.
I really thought we were doing good, Reverend. I don't know what's happening.
Well, we're here. We might as well keep talking.
Because the problem is that we are listening to Martha, but what I make out of this, and let me take this to Steve. Steve, did you follow Martha's story?
Yes, I did. I was following from the back there.
Good. We're going to keep you on. What do you make of that story? I don't want you to be judgmental, but we heard only, when I first received this story, I heard that it was only PCK. I didn't know she had other guys involved, like other gangs members, you know. So therefore, what do you make of her explanation?
Well, first of all, I was paying keen attention to Martha's body language. And one of the things I picked up from her body language is the fact that she seemed to still be maybe either shocked, terrified, or in pain, or either of the three. But most importantly, what I make of the explanation is there are some missing pieces, in all honesty. And there are some discrepancies, not necessarily from her part. I would have loved to really hear from her as to her, you know, she said she experienced verbal abuse. And when the Reverend asked that question, I was like, yeah, we are moving somewhere, because we want to know first her experience. But in general, I would also love to know what has been her experience with physical abuse as well in the past. Because if this guy, if let me get his name here, the guy wrote his name down. If nature abused her verbally before, that is one form of abuse, which gives him the opportunity or the audacity to move up to the next step in this process. And
Can
so,
we understand, Steve? I want us to vision the setting of that home. It's a form like a high-rise building we have here in the United States, that everybody have their own apartments.
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Okay, because I know we're going to bring her on, because she said they live in the same building. So I'm just, is that like a Mandingo home that everybody have their own room? So we used to say Mandingo home in Liberia. And, you know, everybody get room left, room right, and, you know, left and right.
That's a strong.
Well,
that's a strong statement. I mean, because that could be insult to the Mandingo community.
No, they know that it's not. I understand, but they know that I'm not trying to go that way. They built this long home. They built this long home with like 20 rooms, left, right, and just one way. I'm just trying to visualize, put a picture to this home that they were living in, because she said in her statement also that he just built a studio in her home. but he doesn't live there,
No,
right?
he used to live there, but he turned that place into a studio. Obviously, that place is close enough for him to run a line to literally steal electricity and power from where she has it. And from everything I'm learning from her, she is in jeopardy of losing her electricity if the power company come and see there are people who are sequestering power from her. So she was trying to say, you got to stop this. You got to stop this.
So,
but I like what Steve is saying, though, because the first step is to do it verbally. The next step is do it physically. And the step beyond that could really cause you harm or even death. Because they keep getting the freedom to do so.
Let me go to you, Reverend. I beg you. I bet you're going to join me. Maybe you can answer this.
So I want to answer the question about the house.
Is this about PCK having a group of guys behind him? Something like that?
It's a posse mentality.
Well,
I'm standing up for my boy. That's how I see it right now.
I want to speak to the question that you asked about the home, what the home looks like, because I saw the home from two different videos. So picture it like a regular flat or a 4 or 5 bedroom house, or 3 to 5 room house. That's what it appears to be, because I saw her from a place where she was saying, having her video, and then I saw it from the place where PCK were having the video, doing his podcast in the yard, and they pointed the video to the house. So it's a regular 3, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom house, like any other house. I don't know about 20 rooms. It didn't appear that way. Now, to answer your question about, is it my boy thing? I don't want to pass judgment of gentleman, but from what we heard from her, knowing that he's a musician, it could be he has his followers. We all know in Liberia that when you up there a little bit, you got your people that stand up for you, you got your boys, whatever it is. So if you could have some followers, but it's best to hear his side of the story.
So we understand, Steve. I know you want to go through with this again, but we got PCK in the back, and he will be coming dead after. And the term "Madinga home," I'm going to take that back. It's not. I don't know how best to say it, but when we were growing up in Liberia, that's the term we have for the home. Maybe you seen that would be a harsh thing to use right now, but I'm just talking about a home that you have like 16 rooms, left, right, and then just a straight hallway that people can go through. Everybody cook in the back and people sit in the front. That's a good family home. I rented a room like that before in Liberia while growing up, so I mean no harm to that. But let's come to the topic. I hope James is able to get us back on. You were speaking about, as Reverend said, Steve, if she was abused verbally, now it began to escalate
into physical.
And now the police were involved. But you guys work in that field. You know better than we do, probably. Why would it now be taken from the police station to be addressed in a family setting?
Well, and I think the last time we spoke here about the whole issue of domestic violence, how it's handled, we talked about the fact that there is this cultural context in Liberia that has been, I think it has been downplayed to some extent, where authority cannot step in to do their job. Rather, it's taken from there to be brought home and shoved or pushed under the rug. And that is a bad mentality, because it has the ability to embolden, empowered, and also make people to feel as though they can commit crime. And y'all were talking behind the horse, y'all were talking as family, and there will be no punishment to serve as a deterrent to some of these perpetrators. And so also it puts the victims down. It makes the victim to seem as though, well, nothing will be done about it, so I might as well not even talk about it, or I might as well not even pursue anything. And then on the flip side, it makes it very bad for the authority, because it shows incompetence to some extent. It also demonstrates that maybe the authorities have no willpower in doing things that they're supposed to be doing.
So Steve, okay, Tavina, you can address this. So now she filed a complaint. Probably, maybe we'll just say Zone 1 depot, Zone 2 police station, whatever it may be. Who decide that the case will maybe taken back to the house instead of going further? Who make that decision?
Well, the thing here is that from my layman experience, she makes that decision. She's an adult, so she can decide to say, I withdraw my case. She has every right to do so. She's not a minor.
But that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening.
No, that's not what happened. But I'm saying he asked who decides. She can decide to say, I don't want it anymore.
It's the authority that decides that let's take it back. And what Steve is saying, the authority has subjugated their power.
Yes, but
that's exactly what happened. She has no power.
Well, let me finish my thought now. So there are two factors there. So one, the authority said, because you're my boy, I know you're my boy. So next time, don't do this, a smack on the wrist. But his question is, who decides to take the case back? She by herself tomorrow can say, you know what, I forgive you. Let's forget about it. It happens even in America.
I'm sorry, Tavina. The reason why I disagree with this.
Reverend, hold on 1 minute, please. Like the Reverend is saying, if you find a complaint to the court, abuse, we would just stick on abuse, because if the murder there is a capital crime, so abuse. And you said, no, I want to take it back home. Are you now saying to the Reverend, to every one of us, it is okay? Or the law will allow that?
I can file a case, but the same person can tell law enforcement and say, you know what? My husband and I, or me and my family, decided to resolve it this way. I don't want to press charges. I have the right to do so. I have the right to do so.
The difference I see here,
I am not a minor. I'm an adult. I have the right to do it.
The difference I see here is Martha. This lady has not withdrawn it. That decision was made for her. If she had withdrawn it, she would not be here on the station talking about the atrocities.
That's not what the question is. The
question is who withdrew it? Who withdrew it?
No, he said, "Can you withdraw it?"
Because it's what Steve said. We look at this culture norm, and we all did it sometime in Liberia down the line. When someone does something to us, we come up and say, "Oh, your family, just leave it." We see a lot of things. We see kids get raped in Liberia, and the parents and the other goes to the parents and they talk to them, call elders and they talk. So there's a culture norm, you see, and then nobody gets punished. And some people see it as a way of just moving on. He hit the lady and her mom went and talked to her. His mom went and talked to her and they decided to settle it at a court. But I think the police should have still pursued that.
It's an allegation. We have not heard yet from PCK.
Yeah, I wish you could come back. I wish you could come back because I have some questions for her. Because
let me see. Hold on, Steve. I beg you. Let me see if we can just bring in Martha to have this conversation. Martha, can you hear us? Martha. All right. So actually, we're just on the internet right now while they're getting settled in. Go ahead, Steve.
So in my experience, even as of now, when cases like these are reported, because one of the things that we are required to do in the US is we are mandated reporters. So let's take, for example, you and your significant other have a misunderstanding and it leads to violence. And that person, blood came out like in Martha's case. When the police takes over the case and they make their report, at some point within the investigation, there is in no way, shape, or form Martha has any more right, regardless of her age, to retrieve the case. It becomes the state versus that person. Even if Martha wants to retrieve the case, the fact that there are evidence to demonstrate that violence was inflicted on Martha has no more right. Family has no more right. And so the law takes over and then they pursue the case. Martha has the option to stand as a witness against that person. And if she refuses, that's it. But the state will still pursue that person to some extent because they have to pay for the crime.
I think you guys
go ahead, James.
We are very sorry. We had a technical problem beyond our control. Many thanks to our technicians who just work on that. We are both on the radio and on TV. We want to say many thanks to all of you. I think we can begin from where we stopped.
All right, James. Thank you very much. James, we understand. Listen, you're going to have all the other issues today, but we're grateful that we are back on. Let's just bring Martha again into the studio chair, set up well, that we can hear her better. And Miss Martha, can you hear us now?
Yes, very well.
Can you adjust your camera, James, please?
Yeah, the guy is talking.
Better don't press another one.
We're having our echo, James. James, you said we good. Don't touch anything, James. James, good day. James, thank you very much. Miss Potter, can you hear us?
Very loud. Yeah.
Okay, you are so low, we're not hearing you too well, but we will manage with what we have for now. I think Dr. Peabody, was it you or the Reverend who were asking the question?
Well, the question I wanted to ask, since this came up in our verbalization, Martha, who said that? Who said let leave it alone, let not get the code? Did you say that?
No, like the chairman.
Which chairman?
In the community, we have a community chairman, the landlord between us and PCK and other areas came around. They want to say we shouldn't carry the code, we should leave it alive, and the police people that we should come set it up at home.
Let me ask you this: how did that make you feel?
I'm not satisfied. That's why I posted all the pictures.
Thank you.
So, Martha, why are you not satisfied? And I want you to explain further. Why is your dissatisfaction coming forth right now?
Because I feel abused. If you like, we all are human. If you like wrong somebody, because things happen in life. Sometimes you get all of anger, you do something and last before you realize. And then it happened that, oh, this happened, and then I didn't mean to do it. Come on to the public that it happened and I didn't mean to do it. And make every fact of the matter, how it started, and made it that I would be satisfied in my conscience. But I'm already hard. Then you lie on the incident. You say all kinds of different things for what happened, which of course you know the real story that went on. Then you lie in case I was going to die or my eye going to burst. Is that why we're going to go on? So I felt hurt. As a human, I felt abused. So I couldn't let it go like that. So I put it on the media. Yes, that's what I did.
All right, so Martha, let me ask this question again. How many guys were with PCK during that incident?
Okay, there were many. I couldn't check, but there were many. They were almost like 8 to 10 or 7 to 8 guys. But there are a lot of guys in the studio there, in the room. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me go further then. This will be my last question, and Dr. Peabody, Steve, and Mr. Vinaco will jump in. During the incident, and you said PCK shoved you over. Were your back turning towards him, or it was from your front?
From my front, I was turning to him like this.
Oh, so you were facing him?
Yeah.
So you saw him?
Yes, I saw him.
Okay. Dr. Peabody.
I'll let Tel and Steve go, and then I will come in.
Mr. Vina, please go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to mention something we're talking about, just to clarify that we all know that state laws or laws are different. In Liberia, the accused must face the accuser. That is the law. So that's why I was going with that. She has the choice to go further or not. So we just want to clear that out. Now, as far as my question, Martha, you mentioned that DJ Weezy took you to the hospital. Did PCK give you money? Did his mother go with you to the hospital, or anybody else go with you to the hospital?
Our landlord, DJ Weezy, went with me to the hospital.
Did PCK give you money to go to the hospital?
No, like DJ Weezy did everything there. I don't know whether he gave you money or not, but the DJ Weezy took care of it.
Okay. Do you remember? Okay. Do you remember the name of the officer or officers and the depot that you went to file this case? Can you tell us?
Yeah. One of the officers named JKB. I got his number. Then OPS 5. But I know OPS 5 mean I security name the OPS 5. I also got his number. OPS 5 call from Sunday. OPS 5. Yeah, because he said like his son free PCK or something. I've been calling you for Sunday, but he said you were far off. You were going to come until they cut the land the first time. But he never came. I was Tuesday now when I blooded, had the blooded being for you. He was on the scene.
I'll stop there.
All right, Steve.
Hi, Martha. My name is Steve. And first of all, I want to start off by saying I wish you speedy recovery, and I'm sorry for the incident. I have two questions for you. My first question is, what do you expect, or what do you want to happen to both PCK and nature? What do you expect to happen to them, or what do you want to happen to them going forward? And then my second question.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Anyway, I'm a human. We all are human. Sometimes we make mistakes. I want the two of them to admit that they did it. Whatever they did, they should admit it. We all came from up there. For me, I'll just fall from the sky and drop because they see anybody behind me. Or I'm not married. So they should take that advantage. This advantage is too much for me. If I think about it, I can want me cry. It's my main problem. If you admit that it's dealing for me, and she start lying, different information. It will start having you if they give me no information if I'm going to die, that's what I'm going to say. If they start denying different information, then we should go first in the law. Though I don't have money, but God will fight for me in the process.
But Martha, my last question is, you keep saying you were abused, and maybe for the context of Liberia, for the common people as a woman, what does abuse mean to you? How do you feel, and what did you feel having a man punch you or having people shove you and blood wasting from your face or so forth? How do you feel? What does that mean to you?
I feel I'm alone. And then I'll do anything to you. I only tell you to do a common thing that you know within your conscience, I'm saying something right. And you just come and beat on me and not just there. Nobody can say anything. You go home and settle the case. And I don't have anything to move forward with the case or whatever. And you stay infringing on me by denying. I feel a lot. So even though I think it kills somebody, some people it can kill them. So I feel very depressed. I feel like I'm nothing. I feel like I fall from up the sky and then drop on the ground like anything can happen to me at any time. Nobody cares, and the truth will not be said. The people going down small, but I'm still feeling it in my heart.
So, Martha, let me ask you a question. Doctor, you want to jump in?
Yeah, but I mean, let me. I just want to ask her: has nature hit you before? Has he hit you before?
Nature have insulted me. I ever to.
Okay.
So all the guys abusive words because I said I shouldn't say it. Nature insulted me for something that I'm concerning. And he.
How many times, Martha, that this have happened? Whether they insulted you, whether they hate you, whether PCK, whether nature, or whether any members of the group.
Okay. That nature is one of the first things. He always like sometimes my children are girls, children are got it. When they come, like I tell them to take instructions from me, nature will be there. They call you the children, call the all of them. The main one I will need there is love. Call the love what I gave you love instruction. I will be like, nature, I don't like it. That care child, even the men are in the house here, they complain. Love will go out to the boys, if on the place there, plaiting their hair because majority of them plait their hair with dread and things. I say, in case you're excuse me for the expression, in case some of them trying to put their hair and things, and you know, I understand what I say. Stop going around the children. You will be the calling the little girl. I will say, no, I don't like the idea. If you want buy water because we said they put water in the house, you can like come to the bar or the kitchen, oh, I want water. But every time calling the girl, watch it go big. You want to take instruction, I don't like it. I have told him several times, you'll be there, move for me, man. That kind of aggressive. I said, what kind of problem here? You always be like insulting people.
Can I will tell you that? Go ahead,
Martha, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through what you went through. Nobody should ever experience any abuse of that nature. You mentioned in one of your recording that you've been called all kinds of names. You're sick and tired of being abused. They call you prostitute. They call you all these names, and I'm so sorry because nobody should be called that way. And I know how it makes your self-esteem diminish. But I'm just wondering that all those people that are abusing you, cussing you, and tell you prostitute, you this, you whore, you blah blah, you can sleep around, you be sleeping with police officers. Are they the same people in your yard? Are they the same boys among the people we're talking about now? Are they some of the same people?
Yeah, PCK use that word. Like he the ones that use that word. I sleeping with the officers, I prostitute. That why I won't go call the people. Then so I should go call them. So I returned the word back to him, to his mother. I said, like, your mother, you tell him all that thing to how he sprang on me and pushed me affair on the wall. Then his friend came from the back and punched me in the face. The blood started flashing and how he started running.
So Bata, how old are your girls?
Love is 14, 15 years, and Temo is 15, 16 years.
Okay. And you guys live alone. Are you married? Do you have a husband? Do you have a man living with you in your home?
No, I'm a single woman doing everything on my own.
You're a single parent. In any time, have you ever messed with any of these guys out there? Because some story out there was saying that you were messing with PCK or some of his followers.
No. I take PCK like my brother.
Do you have any family members in that group? Any male family members?
No. I don't have family members. I don't know none of them. I didn't met with them.
Are you going to pursue this case through the court?
Yes, if they can come out to the truth, they fight as human beings, as we all are human beings, I want to go to the court.
Okay, how much loss have you since the incident? Financial loss? How many days have you stayed home and you couldn't do your businesses? You couldn't go sell your cobalt, sell your cold water? I mean, talk to us about the problem this has caused you and your girls.
Okay, since the thing happened, I've been like the fee being so much. I didn't go to my business area. I would go like to the cleaner. So I would tell people I don't want to rest on their structure for a while, so I would get late. Or sometimes when I leave from there after taking my drugs, I will go to one of my friends or empty place, rest for a while, or I be home. Sometimes when I call the girl to the shop, oh, it doesn't matter, you know, when you're around, you can be calling customer and things. I say, okay, go with me. But right now I'm feeling pain. I know I'm looking for money, but I will not be feeling the kind of thing myself. My whole job, everything that they are becoming so she can understand and see the kind of very question that so yeah.
So on that note, Amata, on that note, in any time, have PCK ever come back to apologize to you?
The same night the incident occurred, I came from the station. And when I entered the house, before I could go take that on my phone, all the posting the pictures because I've been like something caught my heart. I've been stabbed. So I took that time to post the pictures. If that's something where PCK and I love me, that things where things can happen, you will cover it up. But this boy and I would not get a fair, would not get loving. Just like my brother, sometimes we assist. So why really got in your mind to treat me like this? So even a few times he was sick, we were passing around looking for prayer people. Oh, I even went across to one mother B for him saying we gotta be careful with friends and things. I won't all get in the yard. So I was like, a mother came and said, oh, you think you were praying for? I said, our brother now gotta be praying too.
So did he apologize to you?
When he came that same particular day, he came in the place that he said he wanted to talk to me. I couldn't talk because I was not to myself. My heart was broken. I was not even to myself, but he came, he sat to the chair there, trying to, I think, to take my bag or something like you. One mama, please, because you can call me mama through your friend Dench. What Dench? They say, well, my mom here was used to help me. So they used that same means, they can call me mama. Mama, I beg you, you were trying to talk. But still, I was still disturbed, feeling no kind of pain, and he left.
So since then, he never came back?
No.
What about nature? Did nature apologize to you?
Yeah, he was apologizing, justifying with the time the chairman justifying, and then the other day, maybe all the PCK, I think they brought some people in the community. They want to talk to me, but my whole face here, and my going and the whole jaw, everything. I couldn't talk nothing, so I was inside. So they say, oh, the people what's up to you? I say, I can't make it. So I was in the kitchen waiting for the hot water to drink and also press. So they were coming on in the playlist. They were forcing me to go outside. I said, I cannot go outside. I'm not well. The lady said, and I think when you're talking, I'm talking, I go outside. And this I say, I used the statement on. I say, you got girls, children. Be like me. You got boys, children. Be like me. Let God take the praise. How she left from the praise.
The Reverend, you're going to ask one question, Dr. Tavina and Steve, because we got to bring PCK on the show. He's in the background in the waiting room. So then after that, we're going to conclude on Ms. Martha Nimley, and we bring PCK. So Reverend, you shoot first. Go ahead.
I'm not so sure as much as it's just a thought that's going on in my head. Because many times we look at the physical pain, but we do not think of the mental anguish that an individual goes through and the kind of depression that can come out of something like this. And from all indication that I'm hearing is more than just the physical pain that this lady is going through. It's also a trauma. It's also some degree of depression. And I think Steve should probably speak something to that. I really do.
Doctor, please go ahead, Doc.
Martha, I'm really sorry that you had to go through all of that, and yet and still they are not apologizing. They are not admitting to what they've done. And but let me advise you, you have to be careful with your young children going around those men, because Liberia is very prolific when it comes to those kind of things. It's on the rise. Young men with little children is on the rise. So I just want you to be careful how your kids go around them. And what kind of business you do, Martha? What do you do to support your children?
I can sell kobo. I sell food. Cook
you
food.
sell?
Yeah. I sell cooked food. I sell cold drinks. I sell drink, beer, stout, just to manage life.
So how much did you lose for your business since you've been hurt?
Since I've been hurt, the girl, when she like, because I'm there, she can say, oh, I'm Coco since Tuesday. Because at day, like, to the church, she will say, oh, I'm Coco. Because, you know, when I'm there, I help you out in the process, and I call in my customers, call them, and she are looking to everything. So if I'm there, it costs the shortest since from Tuesday to now. So I like, she can say, oh, I'm Coco. I said, no problem. We'll start on it, make my face go down. Then we'll begin next week or after the 26th.
All right, Martha, we'll be in touch. All right, I'm done.
I want to play our 1 minute clip here, and hopefully y'all can hear this. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
People all get to the shop there are on little kids to my house.
I think I'm gonna pick your chance. I think all questions can ask
So what are we listening to, Kavina?
No, I wanted you to hear. There's an old lady that spoke in a 1 minute clip. That was the clip I was getting to, about 1 minute 30 seconds. But that part of it, when whatever she said, kind of tied with some of what Martha was saying. But she said she was on the scene and she said, "I saw him push her." And I said, my people, y'all come, or PCK push her and blah, 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 things like that. And that's what I wanted to replay.
So you have a witness.
It's 1 minute. And so it kind of, what I'm saying, it's kind of corroborates with part of what she said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to play that 1 minute clip.
And that's the thing that is on Facebook, right?
No, not the long one. It's on Facebook, but this one is like 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Okay.
So the old lady is the old lady somewhere in the same yard. And I wanted to ask her, do you know this old lady? Oh, that a landlord. Okay, okay, then all right. That was what I wanted to play it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
So, Martha, my question would be, what does talking about a story in public like this and going on different shows do for you? How does it benefit you? How does it help you?
For me, I don't have, though I'm a human, I got my rights. As I said, I don't have the means to go forward, like going to court to pay lawyers, to pay this and that, all the process. I don't have the means. I've been looking for ways to survive, to eat. So if going on the show can help solve the problem, I won't have problem. If no one can help me in the process, this is Liberia. I will just let it go and accept the insult, accept everything, and just keep on with where I start from, start moving on with my life, because this is Liberia. I haven't been living here. Anything happen, nothing comes from all of it, and then just sorry, you call the people around, no one has it. I haven't been living. So if I can get no support from anywhere, I will let it go and let it myself.
Steve, before we let go of, you asked a good question. But let me just jump into this one. Martha, anyone pushing you to continue with this story? Anyone out there saying, Martha, you should go ahead and PCK, you can play music? Anybody trying to force you to tell your story?
Okay. Nobody pushing me to tell me go forward. It's the response for what that happened from PCK that was really getting to me. Nobody forcing me. And even when I heard when the girl, one other girl did an interview with me, when the girl said, oh, you trying to come to America. Then in my heart, I said, hey, Jesus, that a boy, he's a poor boy, fighting to maintain himself. He get a poor mother, at least when boy happy, he go. My first time to even hear that he's trying to go to America. That would be a help for him, because I can see a poor little mother, a poor little family can come there too, and we were struggling, you know. So I had that simple mind. I said, let me just let it go, so at least God can bless him and go to help a family. And myself, if God won't bless me to go anywhere, like it be on a different note, but it shouldn't be in the teenager. But he keeps denying, saying, you know, I said, but that thing, I may hurt. I think the boss said, even so be to my go and telling me, hey, my sister, the way they can call me mama, pick it osmo subo, mama, pick it osmo real, pick me up post school. I think that what he's supposed to be doing, because I have the stuff in my heart. That's what he's supposed to be doing, but he keep listening, talking, all out of different things for what that happened that he know happened. That was really hurting me.
So nature hit you in the mouth. How's your teeth? I mean, did you lose any teeth?
No, I lose teeth. The only my job can be hurting. They gave me pain injection and taking the tablet all out. So they can hear.
So are you able to chew now?
Yeah, I can chew on the side, and you forcing to chew on it. So at least they can balance. And you forcing to chew on one hair, I put it on the other side. On one hair, I put it.
So you're able to open your mouth wide and move your jaw freely, or you still got a heavy pain?
Yeah, the pain was too much when it coming down. I said, give it a toothbrush to stop it in the corner of the way I need to do it freely. You can go there about small like today. I reached the toothbrush way to the job.
Okay, so who want to continue to pay your hospital bill?
The hospital bill, they ended the hospital bill, which is, I don't know, it was 6,000 or 5,000. They paid there, and then I can go there for the treatment. But even buy drugs on my own. Yeah.
So how much have that cost you since the beginning of this incident? Total, you think, estimate?
The one I bought on my own, like, yeah, what I bought on my own yesterday, I'm a financing for me, some other for me, and some other tablet, and I bought on my own, it was like around, that's it $10, around $10.
So if PCK is willing to help you with your hospital bill and anything of that kind, will you accept it?
Oh, he started it before, so if he happy, no problem. Because he the one started it first. Yeah. Really, I don't have anything against it. I don't wish for a career or anything. But like the disadvantage that hurting me, my brother, and the one that hurting me, I mean bad for
think?
him.
Do you think? I mean, Martha, you think that you safe in that neighborhood? You think that you safe?
I only want protection for me because I don't do anything to anybody. So if I get money to move, I will move. If I get it, I don't do anything to anybody. And they won't happy for
Martha, thank you for your story tonight. We will be following through with your story. Again, our producer will be in touch with you. Please do not leave until we find a safe ride that we can take you home. You got cars in the compound, and somebody will take you home, and we pray that you be safe. Again, the producer will be in touch with you. We spoke before, and we will speak again. In the last word, Tavina, I will give you the time to give us the last word tonight before Michael leaves, Tavina.
Yeah, Martha, again, I just want to say I'm so sorry for what happened to you. I know how you feel, and nobody should feel that way. I know it's Liberia, but I hope you consider doing some trauma counseling, because from what indication I can see, you are very hurt, and I will be the same way. Your self-esteem, that somebody has crushed you and called you a prostitute, you good for nothing, and all these names. And I think just for your own good, even if you settle the case whatever way, just to take some counseling, I hope you consider. But in all, I wish you well, and hold your head up high. You are a very beautiful woman. Thank you for being a provider for your children. I know how it is to be a single parent. I am one, and so I know. So stand up tall, keep fighting, stay focused, and all the best. God bless you.
God bless you, Martha. Thank you very much. We're going to take a musical break. When we come back, we will be bringing in PCK. And I don't know who PCK have with him, but we listen to the story of Martha, right? And we got to listen to PCK. It's a two sides to every story. But before we do that, Martha, thank you. May God bless you and may God keep you. Again, the producer will be speaking to you shortly. James, let's take a musical break as we take leave of Martha.
All right, let me drop this from PCK.
It's a pleasure.
So
yeah, I'm here.
That's exactly what we're going to do tonight. We're going to be bringing in PCK.
Okay.
We listen to Martha. Well, we hold our peace. We will not be judgmental because we got to listen to PCK. And at the end, after listening to PCK, we'll take 5 or 10 minutes to just elaborate further on what we heard. I mean, Steve, jump in 1 minute.
Well, I think the way in which our society is structured in Liberia, and maybe most part of Africa, is people don't understand that trauma or pains are different for other people. And so some people are not considerate of these things. But I've had the opportunity firsthand to work with both men and women that have experienced trauma, either victims or even perpetrators. And so even if, let's say hypothetically, maybe as Liberian was the girl looking for attention, she's trying to make a team be, she wants for the man career. But there is a genuine pain and a genuine trauma that this lady has expressed. Now, if hypothetically she's acting it out, I want to say she needs to win some kind of Grammy award. But in all honesty, just from my personal assessment, looking at her, like I said, from the very first go, watching her body language, her demeanor, all of that, I do think there is a genuine pain here from the shame, the disgrace, and not necessarily like the Reverend said, the punching, but that inner peace from a female. She feels as though somebody just walked all over her. And I think we should be cognizant of that and pay attention to it. That's my honest assessment.
And the fear too.
I'm sorry, guys.
This guy named is PCK.
Right.
He's one of Liberia's upcoming greatest artists. But let's understand this. That shouldn't give him the right.
Right.
And his followers to assault, to insult, to abuse. And I mean, we're going to listen to his part of the side of his story. But Reverend, I know you were jumping in on this, but something just not setting right to me. Something.
Let me tell you what I'm bothered by, and this is a national issue. We want reconciliation without any expression of remorse. let's just fix it. Let's just fix it. I can't fix it until you've recognized you've injured me. There can be no reconciliation without remorse, without an expression of it, without a genuine empathy or sorrow for the pain that you caused. And many times people say, oh man, look, y'all Liberian people, let's forget it, let's move on. But it's hard to move on when I feel victimized and nobody listens to my story. Nobody wants to apologize for the hurt that they've caused in me. Whether you think it's real or unreal, I still, like Steve said, I still feel that pain, and it's real for me. And you telling me, oh, let's move on, let's move on. It's going to be difficult, almost impossible for her to move on until those who she feel are the perpetrators come and admit it, and say, I'm sorry. That's what she's asking for, bottom line, for them to admit it, for them to face it and say, I'm sorry. And nobody's doing that. How is she supposed to heal?
Can I say something, please?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to jump in. It's just an observation. I know I'm just a guest here, but yesterday, can you load the music, James? James, okay. The music's too loud.
All right, folks, welcome back, and let me again rejoin the team in the US of A. We currently have PCK in studio, who's going to be giving his side of the story. We have PCK.
All right, thank you very much, James. Can you hear us very well?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to give chance for before we welcome PCK. Go ahead, Mr. Vina.
Well, I was just making a point. I of course, you guys know I follow you religiously. Yesterday, I heard, when you announced the show, there was a play when we had a musical break, and then PCK show music was featured. Now again, it's featured, and I think it seems as though when we do that in succession, look like you're trying to we're not being balanced, or in a way that we're trying to bring some sympathy. Whereas so many others out there that we can play the music without playing his music, and I just want us to. I just want to put that out there.
Not be promoting this.
So you
at least not at this time. At least not at this time.
There is no track that was selected to play PCK music. PCK music has been played by James Recent Bain. A lot of people probably don't know who PCK is. I didn't know till I come forth, but you are right. Now we have PCK in studio. When we take our musical break, we're going to play another music. I think that PCK, welcome to the show. You are in the back, and I heard that you are not too well. I hope you feel much better, and we can have a good show. Again, we have in studio today the Reverend of the United Fellowship Baptist Church, Reverend Charles Levi Mountain. We have Dr. Henry G. Peabody of the Liberian Outreach Mission. Tavina Code and Steve, Mr. Tavina Code, and our brother Steve. They are from the gender-based awareness group based here in the United States and in Liberia. So we say, welcome, PCK. Let's just get to know you. PCK, what's your actual name, though?
My full name is Peter Charles Kamara.
Mute his mic.
Peter Charles Kamara.
Peter Charles, C-H-E-R-U-B. Charles Kamara.
Okay.
My full name.
Talk to us about yourself. Do a further introduction about yourself, please.
Okay. I'm Peter Steve Kamara. Born to the year of Mr. and Mrs. Kamara. Parent by tribe. Grew up in UPB Hospital. I kind of started came to Morovia with my mom. Yeah.
All right. So now, thank you for that. We're going to ask you some questions after you explain. You were in the back and you listened to Miss Martha Nameless. She explained what happened, what brought us thus far. Speaking about the incident that took place in you guys' community, and she was beaten short. Somebody broke her jaw. Somebody hurt her so bad that she went to the hospital. And now she's not studying. She's in a lot of pain, physical pain, mental pain, and all the other pain you can think about. PCK, talk to us. What happened? What's really happened on that day?
Okay, I just want to scratch some point before I can get to my before I can get to the main story. Okay, first of all, if I can call mother, mommy, and then I insult mother, right? Why you think? You don't think that insulting my own mom? You don't think it to be that way? One. Two, recurring that mother talking about like I was stealing from her. Before mother could move in the house, I personally was giving mother current. Before she got her land to go to start getting current directly. I have a meter, I have a CPU right on my house, right? Everything is there. Okay. When mother approached me about the stuff, the wire connecting, she did it like 3 times. Mother call when I come in the day, it will be in the night. Mother be a piece of case, something like this. Mother in the morning will talk. You know what I'm saying? And when I get out of the studio, because I'm always to the studio, I want to go there to do my work. So like I'll be like in the morning, maybe we will talk. That kind of stuff. When I get to the studio, mother bring up the wire bending kind of stuff. I told her, mother, I already talked to these people and the honor scheme, right? If you not satisfied with what go wrong upon God and man, I told her, I said, call LEC people or call the police people. That they can't charge the case. Maybe what they can is they take the wire or test the wire and they don't see current inside, then you will understand that my boys aren't getting current from you. You know what I'm saying? Just that to okay. Let me just hold it there. The other one she's saying like I stay on Facebook talking kind of stuff. Since the whole stuff started, IPTK never, if you're following all my pages on Facebook, all the social media, I never post a thing. You get what I'm saying, right? Everything I've been on Facebook that people have been writing it all over. Not a word I said, right? And I post nothing. I don't know what you grab that other stuff on saying I'm saying this, I'm saying that, I'm saying that. No. The only thing I did, right? I called people that were on the scene. I called the landlord. I called like everybody, right? I called in a sense like the idea was given to me by my mom. Call people around, just sit down, you big matter, you talk to her because like what are you, they're not you. So long the boys in under your roof and they kind of things happen, put your price, right? Like you. So just go talk to her. When we go there, the people try calling my daughter. My daughter said she can't come outside. My daughter said she can't come outside. Two today or three everything all kind of stuff. But you were to the windows party. She was to the windows party. I wish you were here for me to ask her some questions and she to deny it. She even walked outside without and went back inside again. Right? I get to the story now. On this day, I went to the studio. My dog complained about current business. So I told her, like, oh, because normally we can call like what you're saying, right? I said, my dog. Nobody can see the current here. We get our everything inside my dog. She said, oh, busy, I'm telling you seriously, taking it for phone. She started taking it high and kind of started my dog, you know what? Let them call it thing extra, right? The player come on, they feed it, I almost died. I spent almost close to a month from hospital, almost less than 2 hospitals from SOS, they carried me to TFK. I was laying out there not talking my breath, everything I spent in the hospital. And I will. And I won't argue too much because if I argue too much, my pressure will go. So I told her, I said, mother, if you're not sure of what I'm saying to you, let's stop arguing. What you go to the police station, call the police, call the ANC people, then they come. I will not be connected to your wire, then I tell you, say, call ANC, call police to come. She said I should say the truth, and this is what I'm saying, right? Everything I'm saying here is what happened. I'm saying it from deep down my heart. Apart from what she took up Facebook, she said that me wrote it. Because people even told her that this stuff here, where you read here, where you say that people said, and people said. People never said that giant people keep from other and do something to you. Hope you guys get me. Yeah. After I told her that, my daughter talking, I'm suffering from my current bill. I'm suffering, I'm still paying my current bill. And I get nobody. Now nobody man do the one. Nobody man do the one. Ain't understanding me. So like, I tell her, I say, but mother, I told the mother, where the man causing coming from? Just that I'm not trauma. But before then, the current building, I went to the landlord, to lodge complaint to the landlord. I told the landlord, like, oh, my daughter, come back, you receive current building, our man. And forgetting to know the house that we took the house before, we were 3 in the house. Me, Frankie, and DJ Wizzy, we were living in a house. Then the Oma pay another apartment, which is a studio now, where I moved in, right? When I moved in the studio, I left the house with Frankie and Wizzy. We didn't left the place, and I had a meter. The meter was in my studio, so like I was supplying them current, and the wire was still there. So when mother then moved there, and she can say the truth, upon government, she'll tell you guys. She personally asked me, say, PCK, I'm trying to defend myself. She said, PCK, please help our current. Our friend are in our house, right? If you guys call the friend will tell you guys. She told me that PCK, please get all current. I'll give you the current until it reached a time. What she told me, like, oh, PCK, I ought to get my wire and get AEC somebody to do my work. So they'll call the wire. How we call it from there. The wire was still there, the wire being there all through that. The wire, what she said now, what she saw the other time, she said the body still wire, the body still current and things like that. So when I went to lay the complaint to the Oma, I told the Oma, I be like, oh, mama, but I don't get away with current video. I had the Oma say, but PCK, me and my daughter talking about this thing. She had moved up behind me. Nobody paying my current bill. Nobody did that kind of a profound language. I have turned to her, be like, mother, why you been talking for? What the man calls come from now? What the man calls get to do with the kind of stuff? Hope you guys get me now. Now she just left from there. I said, nobody man doing the one, nobody man doing the one. If I said, please get like your man. I said, my man, what? She said, your man this, your man that, your man that. I said, my dog. I repeated it like 3 times. I said, my dog, that my man impossible. She said, your man, please get. I said, like your man. Your man, please get, like your man talking about. The landlord was standing there. They play not too far, I said, because I was not far from her. That the landlord standing here. That the step right here. She was standing right beside the step. The landlord standing right to the door here. Then I have to be real, right? I rush.
Hey, James.
At that point, James.
Go ahead, you good.
No. You got to go back to the place where
just go back a little bit.
She kept saying, Mom. What did you do then? Go back.
No, hold on. PCK, hold on. Go ahead, James. He's good. We can hear him. You can go ahead, James.
Yeah, PCK, continue.
Okay. Now, now, she was saying that nobody man doing it. Just why I say my other life is why I say it. Now she turned it up. I said, like, mother, when a man comes out there, she teach it. That your man PCK. Your man tells them. I thought she said like a man. I said, matter who, my man. She said, I said PCK like your man. You go, you kind of like your man talking to. Like your man tells your man that ain't another kind of a stuff that it got me angry. Actually, like, I got pissed off, right? I rushed. That the landlord like, help me, right? She was dressing behind because she was sitting right beside the step with her back thing and her face was facing me. Now she sat down on the sun because like, she felt I was rushing for her. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, like, I was angry to be real. I'm saying this to you guys, right? I was really, really angry. When I rushed, now the woman held me in her hand. She grabbed me. Hope you guys understand me like how mother sat down on the something that day. On the phone because she was going behind. When she sat down there, my playman from her cousin Rocky and took me from there and carried me. But then once so when I on mother, nothing happened to mother at that point. Next thing I was inside the room there laying down. When they called me from the police station, they said, PCK, come over to the station, we'll get keys for you here. I got up, I went there. Hope you guys getting me. I carried myself to the police station. They asked me, guess what I'm saying here? It's what I share down there. If you guys think I lie, I can send the people the number, the three places apart. I can send all
hold on,
PCK.
Yeah. I know you're explaining. I'm not going to cut you off. If you can provide the landlord number, please. Just write down a piece of paper, give it to
Yeah,
George, and you can continue.
let me help you with this pen.
Yes.
Let's see
And
if we
let's
can get
do that because there's a lot of questions coming up right now on UPCK.
Okay,
We got to connect.
All right, let me get out.
For you guys.
Yeah, let me get out.
Go ahead, James, and do it. Continue on PCK.
Okay, so when I got out of the station, I saw her. I saw the. I myself, I said, but my dog, if she can say the truth again, I asked her, I said, my dog, what did you hear? She said, he asked me, what did you hear me? Now you saying your boss and on me to beat me? You getting what I'm saying, right? And at the station, she herself stated, hey, at the station, that's why I say you need a guys and number for her to talk to them. She said that stay PCK and I only IQ, but he never touched me. You getting what I'm saying, right? He said it. He said he never touched me. If I have a recording that the time the people are talking about, she said me and PCK don't have no problem. The person I have problem with that nature brutalized me. Then now, before they say I already received a video, then she already posted it. Just celebrity PCK, like celebrity PCK, brutalized me like this. She was here, Jenna, she told you guys say that nature brutalized her. PCK shopper or nature brutalized her. To be real, right? I can't admit to something I never do. Ain't you understand me? I'd rather scan on my right, ain't you understand? Until I reach to that place, I'm going to read. If they want to. I can't lie.
Mr. Tanisha, leave that thing alone, please.
I'm saying the truth. After the police station, after we finish talking that day, they make me to us say like, okay, madam, we can talk to you in a condition. So you have to go back and treat yourself. When you finish, you can physically leave right here. We're not allowing you to go. Right there, I took money, I gave it to Wuzi. I said, Wuzi, I paid you. When I go down there, I said, you anything they say, pay for it, let it clean her face, everything here, I paid you. Now they left. She was there, she knew about it. Now when I asked her, she now want to talk. That's how I just looking at her. She left, she went. They did everything. She came back. Mother said, how are he helping? This one happening, so she not able to talk. So the only thing she can do, as she stay there, she going home tomorrow, we'll talk the kids. The element for them PCK, you have to take out your slipper, take out your stuff, leave short trousers, leave everything. We're sending you to jail. That we just said, but I can stand for the man. I can stand for him when he go home. Tomorrow he will be here. The time that you guys want him to be here. And the people accept. After we finished signing for me, we went home. As soon as I get to my house, the first thing I ever did, I went inside to my door. I said, Mama, you know I love you, right? I'm very, very sorry for everything that happened.
You need to fish in the back. Yeah.
I told her, Mama, I'm sorry for everything that happened, right? On behalf of my boys, on behalf of the student or whatsoever that happened here, I beg you. Yeah? I hold you truthful. I'm very, very sorry, Mama. Don't forget anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very. She was said, she told me, say, PCK, I ain't got no problem. It's okay. At that point, she told me that PCK, we cool, everything's fine. I said, you sure? She said, yeah. I was kind of afraid, and I went home, lie down. Cool. In less than 2-3 hours, get out to urinate. Just seeing the people sending me the live video with she and Ando and then Jessica. And Jessica, right? When I saw the stuff, I called the landlord. I said, Mama. She said, yeah. After but the thing we talk, y'all told me to go talk to her, and I personally choose to come myself to talk to her too. Let her get on live. I think she on live again with the people. I think the woman said, hold on, I come in. I was listening to live, and the woman went in the room to talk to her. I don't know. I could hear her saying that, oh, please get sent the woman to come check on me, on that kind of stuff. Yeah, so the next morning, Before 10, I was there out at the police station by 9 o'clock. They said we supposed to be there by 10. I was there by 9 o'clock. I left there until 10 o'clock, waiting for her until she came in. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened to the horse. I don't know what she and the community people talk, that kind of stuff. I was sitting out there until she came in. She said her statement to the people was for him being sick and for the way I look at things, me and PCK were not enemy. I came to withdraw the case. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. She told the police people that after she said it, how the policeman asked her, you know what he's saying? You know what he's saying, Martha? She said yes. The man asked her, I think 2, 3 times. The man asked her, you know what he's saying? She said yes. The man said, okay, Martha, if you say so, no problem. Prepare the paper, keep quiet. She signed it. The chairman signed it, other people didn't sign it. We left from there. When we came back home, the landlord, my mom, the chairman, everybody said, my man, now the thing I own crying here, you still have to tell Martha sorry. And you understand? You have to tell Martha sorry.
You need to keep fishing the mark.
Okay. You still have to tell Martha sorry. You need to tell her sorry. I said, okay, no problem. I will tell Martha sorry. But then, like, the life keep coming in. I started receiving messages, all kind of stuff. Walking on the street, everybody, like women in there, they're trying to talk. People just think all kind of stuff. How to keep in the house. But for that few times, when I come in, I would drive to go to the city, then go to the city, then pass it into the city. So, like, this day I asked my mom and other people, like, Mama, I can see my dog. And she can let me know, and I can get into her house better. My mom told me, okay, the people that are on the scene, call them over, let it be there. The people that are on the scene that things happen, call them over, let it be there. Then you turn around, you call your community chairman, and all the old folks around here. Let it come when they come, then you call Mato, then Mato sit down, you explain, because now your whole character gone. Say the truth, say what you know. If you explaining it, then you can abolish that stuff. I call everybody sit down. Okay. I explain. I finish explaining. I even same people like the community chairman went and talk to her, she said she can't come. The other folks went and talk to her, she said she can't come also. Everybody went and talk to her, she said she can't come also. But she was standing at the window, seeing us. So like when I saw at the window like how like I be like Martha, you see me, I see you, and I'm thanking you for you to come outside. Mama. Come outside and talk to thing. Right? After everything I said, Martha, I'm sorry for whatsoever that was wrong. Kind of stuff. I talked to her on the line. And I believe that she's going to see the light. And as I said, she went through it. Her friend went through it. But like different people have been coming to my house. Even like this morning when I went to the studio, as soon as I opened the studio, I saw Gold Liberia people, Gold Liberia in the community doing and asking people around. The next news I hear, she was telling somebody said I mean same for the people to come in the community for news. The second people that certain group of female and the other girl that Petty got no love and Didi, they came around too. They came to carry news and they asked me kind of stuff, right? Then they called the landlord. I think they talked to the landlord and kind of stuff. Yeah. I was really transparent between us. Yeah.
Okay, PCK, thank you very much for that explanation. The Reverend Dr. Peabody, Mr. Vinan Code, Steve, James.
Without getting you, I don't know. You getting here? Yeah. Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Go ahead.
We just got to manage with James. Look at the Reverend is just kind of like stone cold right now.
Hey man, I'm down. I'm down.
I know. We're gonna jump into this question, PCK. We understand that we have heard the Martha's side of the story. I'm confused. Just get it off my back. I'm really confused. Let's go back. So when you say that the landlord had you in her arm, but Martha wanted to sit down and she slept, I just want you to take your time and explain that. In a way, did you touch her though? Did you just touch her on the teeny bit, or not at all?
It might be the force, but upon going man, I said that my
hold on. It might be what force you talking about? That your body got a force?
Like I want to force. To be real, I want to force. I really want to force, right? Like I look like after she said that thing to me, right? I rush. I had the woman grab me. My finger never touched my top. The woman was between us. I tell you, my finger here, it never touched my top. I got it recording here. My dog will tell you, say, PCK. I got it here. Even you call the people at the police station, they will tell you the same thing. You understand? When we got at the house, that the only thing she was pressing on, and up to now, that the same thing she still saying.
So before we go and talk about nature, before we talk about your group, before we get into the police station, coming back home with community leader, I just want everyone on this platform right now, they're gonna have the time to ask you. And you said maybe that's a force that your body has certain force that just make Martha to just she went back. But remember now, we are about to call the landlord, PCK. I want us to have the time if we can go ahead and you say the truth, nothing but the truth. I mean, everybody can make mistake, but I'm not trying to drive you to say something that you didn't commit. So let me ask you again. In a way, did you touch Martha?
I never touched Martha. I'm saying the truth. I never Martha. You guys can call the landlord on the live now. Your call.
Okay, Dr. Peabody. Dr. Peabody from the Reverend Mr. Venan and our brother Steve. Go ahead, Dad.
PCK, thank you for coming on the show and clarifying your part of the story. Did you have a friend named Nature? Was Nature there with you that day?
Nature was on the same. Like group came around and people came around. A lot of people were around.
But Nature was there, right? Did you see Nature hitting her?
I told you
when the woman grabbed me, right?
After the woman grabbed me, Man Sange, she's staying there. Man Sange was already there. She told me and carried me across the road. If you ask my dog will tell you that there were we came about telling you guys that I wasn't on the scene. When I that's the reason why when she came to the police station when they called, I asked her about my dog, what put blood on you? You understand me? And she herself told me, say, and are you saying your boys to beat me?
Okay. Ask your second question, Dad.
So you are saying, PCK, that Martha did not mention Nature hitting her when you saw her at the police station?
She said it at the station. She said,
okay.
She said, like, your boys, right? After she called, I saw the call when I asked her, she told me, like, your boys hate me, right? But after the OPS asked her, that then she told the OPS that Nature held me here. But if you really look at it, Martha get a 3 to 4 statements of paper. I got the video here. The first one, after everything, she put it up, she be like, your celebrity PCK put on me like this. You know what I'm saying? Your celebrity and his friends, right? He pay people to do it on me. You understand me? She said, I'm a 3 to 4. I got all the people on Facebook.
Okay, the Reverend.
You guys.
PCK, most of us here grew up in Liberia. We got mothers. And all of us, at some point, when you talk about our mom, you say something about our mom, it can get us so vexed and react. There's something called emotional intoxication. Is it possible, PCK, that you got so vexed, that you push her and you can't remember? Is it possible? Is it possible? Be honest.
That I'll tell you, right? I still remember, like, I grew up among girls, right? I know how annoying they are. And the woman you're talking about, ask Martha, if I ever open my mouth to insult her, one day, I heard her saying on the last day, I insulted her, I called her name. Ask her.
That's not what I'm asking you. Just answer that question.
I come to the point, right? Ask her, say, if this guy has ever insulted you before. I never. I tell you seriously, if I'm going to do it, I'll be real. I'll tell you, say I did it.
there are times when we do things because we what is called emotionally intoxicated. Hold on, that we do not remember it. You move towards her with force that had to be intercepted according to you. Is it possible that after you had an encounter with her that you were interrupted, you were stopped after?
Mm-hmm. I'll say this for you, right? I never touched my floor.
Can you please speak into the mic?
I never touched my door.
So why did the old lady come in the middle between the two of you?
Because she wanted to stop everything, right? She saw me coming.
With force?
Yeah, like I was down, right? When she insulted me, like I was rushing to her. How the woman crap from right in the middle.
The old man that fast that she stabbed young ball at you before you could reach. Wow. Okay.
Mr. Vinaco, go ahead.
Not very, very old.
Let me. Can I get a number? I'm told. Okay. All right. Y'all continue. Let me get it.
Mr. Vinaco.
I want to say thank you for coming up to tell your side of the story. I watched your version of it. I've never watched your music before, but because of this story, I watched your music also. I say thank you for your message through songs. And let's go to the issue here. I listened to you, both testimony, even me, the story, and even now, you said that you gave her money and your mom took her to the hospital. And then you came back, you told her, Martha, I am sorry, let's forget about this. And then a few hours later, you went back to her again and said, I am sorry, I take responsibility for, if you say I didn't do it, but I take responsibility. As one of my boys. The next day you say, I love you. I am sorry, I didn't do it, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sense of something. If I am completely innocent of something, why are you consistently saying sorry for something you're truly innocent of? That's one thing. And the next question is, you said you didn't touch Martha, you are running, she told you cussed my mom 3 times, then you started going to her with this so much force that only God knows what kind of force. And you went towards her with that force. Okay. You went to her and she sat down. You didn't touch her. What would be the incentive for her to come out now and come on social media and tell everybody now, oh, he pushed me and nature beat me? So those are my 2 questions.
Somebody do the first one.
I should come back?
Yeah,
repeat your first question.
Okay, so the first question, you gave her money and your mom, there are other people in the neighborhood, but your mom specifically and the landlord took her to the hospital. And then she came back home and then you told her, I am sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry, whatever it is. And consistently, I am sorry. I take ownership for this, regardless of who did it. I am responsible. Why?
All right. 1, I don't know myself to be in problem with people that are closest to me. You understand me? That's 1. 2, I was advised by the leader and the people around to take a bold step and fight for peace. You understand? Now because I'm musician, now because I did that, she put my car aside, walk to her and tell her sorry. And 3, we are family. Things happen, right? Things happen. At that point, I knew she was really hurt, right? She like deny it that nature, right? Nature, hell, and kind of stuff. But I was still having problem with it. The matter of fact that she used my new first, the PCK, Buddha last and kind of stuff, it was still getting to me, but I have to take that step just for the sake of peace. Yeah.
Is that answer your question, Tavina?
Sort of. That's his explanation. We'll take it.
Okay. Steve, please.
Yes. Hi, PCK. My name is Steve, and I want to say thanks for coming on to let us know your side of the story. My first question is in regards to something you said in your explanation. You said you were taken from the scene after she fell down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now my question is, what did your boys tell you that happened to Martha? And how do you feel about what your boys told you that it did to Martha or that happened to Martha?
I felt bad one. Right?
What did they tell you? What did they tell you?
I never talked to them until I came back from the police station. You understand me?
What did they tell you?
Who now?
Your boys.
Okay. They told me like, okay, the first story I heard from them, right, was she pick a rock to throw behind you. That's what they told me. Pick a rock to throw behind you and walk whatever the right here. The second time they dropped set and made that okay, I held her in my hand and kind of a stuff was happy. It happened that way. And but for a while I understood from there, right? The woman said to me and the people that are around there, right? They said she and the job were fighting.
Okay, let me ask you my second question, please. Let me ask you my second question. My second question is, you made a video post when you went to apologize. The reason I brought it up because you said it, that you went to talk about it in a year, right? I was fortunate to capture a few seconds of the video. And in that video, you said something that was very interesting. You said in the video that she fell out from the banister. You were rushing to her. You scared her in the video. You said you scared her, and she fell from the banister. That's what you said. But the video is there. Hold on. I'm quoting what you said in the video. I'm quoting you. Let me finish, please. In the video, you said you scared her, and she fell from the banister. Today, you are saying you rushed to her, and she fell. My question to you is this. What does scaring somebody mean to you? How does it look like? And what does rushing somebody mean to you? How do you reconcile both of them?
Okay. Honestly, where I was driving her, right? Like I said, I went with food, right? I went with food. She got afraid, like she going back. And the step was right behind her. The step, that banner stuff, that step there. She even, you know, a lot of videos, she said she fell on her back. My talking for one step now on her back, then she still be looking around now. You and I know that step. It gets captured. She can fall on her back, then she be looking at her. Hope you understand what I'm saying. My dog sat down like this. She sat down on the step like this. You're talking my dog, but you don't see one man there. But on the lab, she told the girl, I'm stopped when she fell down on her back. That was there. And I was step down the step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can still go see the step. That was step there. If you're going to fall,
so you're saying to us today, the first video you made with the banister, it was not banister, it was step now.
I'm talking about step.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
It was step I'm talking about.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question, PCK. Who is Nature to you?
Nature is an artist for me, one. Doing working in studio too. But let me just be real, right? Nature and the woman, they've been having their own problem. They've been having their own personal problem. They get a personal problem that they've been having all toward them. And I always talking kids between all toward them. The both of them. She'll come and say, Nature do the one. Hope you understand what I'm saying, right? They get a personal problem that they've been having. And I don't know it for it. So they should say, Nature do the one, Nature tell things from her, Nature body, I'll say, Mama, I'm sorry. Even though I will talk to Nature, I will talk to Nature right from now.
Have you made an album with Nature?
Yeah, I made a song with Nature, but not out.
Okay. Are you going to put that song out on the market?
We were planning to, but it's not out yet. We're not ready for it. We got a couple of songs.
Based on what we are hearing right now, how are you considering your relationship with Nature?
The studio manager and Weezy and everybody, they got their own set way to handle Nature when it comes to what he did, right? He have his own punishment on that type of thing. I just an artist in the studio. I own the studio, I do everything, but I never put my set in front. I stay in the studio as an artist.
Will you consider Nature to be a woman beater, an abuser?
For what happened between he and the girl, I never see nature beating on a girl before, to be real. I never see apart from this, I just have
Yes or no? Are you considering nature now to be a wife beater, or girl beater, an abuser?
For now, I must say yes.
Do you think you like nature on your team, in your group? Is he spoiling your image?
Definitely, yes.
Will you continue with nature? Will you continue? What your advice to nature right now?
My advice to him, nature, to stop what he's doing for us. I don't think we'll find a better room to sit down to continue into that area.
Are you concerned that, have you asked nature to apologize to Mama, to Miss Martha namely?
100 times.
Have he done so?
Oh, he told me yes. He told me he did. And we're not cool. We're not cool right now. We're not cool right now for that thing to do.
You and nature not cool?
Yeah.
Is the studio belongs to you?
Yeah, I own it.
Is nature allowed in the studio since?
He been coming around though. He been coming around, but I waiting for the hair.
Are you disassociating yourself from nature?
100% that I would do.
If anyone see you with nature, what will you say right now to those listening to you, people that enjoy your music? Are you still going to keep him around? Are you going to keep him in your studio? Is he your boy? Is he part of the team?
But now I'll tell people that we're not cool, me and him. We're not cool until he can stop the behavior and be who he want to be. Then maybe I can accept him by my team. But for now, until peace can reign, no.
Until peace can reign among who? Among nature and matter, or among PCK and nature?
Matter and everyone.
What is Weezy? Who is Weezy? Is he the manager?
He is a co-manager to. He was the manager for Nemo Records, but now he serves as an AR at Cherry Records and a co-manager to us.
What do you think you have done to Martha actually that making her so mad? Do you owe her an open apology?
I have done nothing to Martha, to be real about that. For where it reached now, right? And I'm a man, I'm a gentleman. And I always like do something for the women. I speak for women. I go all over. Even before they post that, I think I posted something talking about men that beat on women. They are something and so. Hope you guys, I think you guys saw it on my page. You know what I'm saying? People say I shouldn't say sorry and kind of stuff because I'll be wrong and kind of stuff, but I'm not looking at that right now. I said it that day and say it again on behalf of my team in the studio and really big thing. I say sorry, very, very sorry on my knees. On my knees, Nana. I'm saying sorry to Martha.
Are you saying sorry on behalf of nature, or are you saying sorry on behalf of yourself?
Because first of all, if that nature, she's not going to use my knee. You get what I'm saying? She's not going to use my knee and say PCK Buddha last me. Or PCK knee when I come to camp. First of all, I think she thinks because if she knew nature knee, they will not go wild because people don't know nature here. You understand me? Say nature like my boy, kind of a stuff. So she said, okay, let me use PCK knee, then we'll get nature. Hope you understand what I'm saying.
Have you, nature, ever been in any trouble in beating on women, abusing women?
No, nature been very cool.
Martha have complained that nature been abusing her. Nature been calling her children. Are you aware of that?
She told me the secret. She said the secret.
Did she tell you that after this incident or before the incident?
She told me she lost the show completely to me before the incident. I think one or two times. And I won't like. But the two people, trust me, they have that kind of a joke, a very strong, hard joke between the two of them. They're more close than more than me.
The Reverend, please jump in. We're about to Reverend.
Well,
please jump in.
I think my question has been concluded. When he says he said something that about what he did. So for me, he was saying that he's cognizant of the fact that he's aware of what nature did, and I heard him say that. So I don't think I have any questions, but mine other than try to Martha needs to hear the apology from nature, from all indications. She needs people to own up to what happened to her, and I think it's important that you guys find a way to do that. That's my position.
I cannot jump in there because he didn't answer one of my questions. We're pointing all fingers at nature, but he still hasn't answered my question. If he's not part of this woman wasn't intoxicated. She was in the right state of mind mentally, at least as we can tell. What would be the incentive or the reason for her to draw you into this equation, for her to say you pushed her and that nature backs her hair with black or whatever it is, but you pushed her? What would be the reason? Why?
One, physical is a hustle need. If you knew physical need to get nature, it'd be very easy. I'll be honest with me. If she go ahead and say nature, nobody will not know who is nature. I'll be honest with me. But if she knew physical need, she will get nature, because at the end of the day, nature is on physical record and on child record, and child record is owned by physical. So physical will bring nature on board. Why is it she's saying on the recording that I said this to you guys, right? Me and physical not get problem. The person I get problem with is nature. What you saying me? I don't get problem with my dog. Ain't you understanding me? Everything I do to be real, I really feeling bad. Because I love peace. And my dog very cool. Since the bed and I now open my mouth one day to call inside my dog. You see me and my dog joking all day. My dog come from where the first day she'll come to the hospital. One day I not go against her and she not go against me. But be honest, you know what I'm saying?
The reason why we call you on the show, PCK, and you did extremely well. To come on the show, we must say thank you, like we did. We said thanks to Martha, and the Reverend, the Dr. Steve, Divina, James, and everyone that's watching right now, and those that listen in Radio Land. Most people enjoy your music. But like it always happens here in the United States, if one member of your team made a mistake in any way, it falls on you because you are the team leader. Yeah, and then my own advice to you, she's hurt, both physically and mentally. You call her mama, you call her mother, you call her your sister. She raising two girls, young girls. You got a lot of young men around you that sometimes she said, those little girls then go and do their hair. Like your hair that you're seeing right now. Be a father to them. Talk to your young man. It's not about coming out on social media, making good music. They're out of abusing another person. Warren, I will ask you this again. If Martha were your sister, what would your action be now? If she were your sister, what do you think you were going to do to nature?
And I'm still in control of what's going on. The same thing I'm doing now with him is what I'm going to do.
If you were on the scene and Martha punched your sister in the face, what would you do? What would be your action?
Like I said, if I stay in the same position as his manager and kind of stuff, right? Since I'm not able to punch me or do anything to him, trust me, right? I silence.
Okay. So you regret this action?
100%.
Okay. You have seen now what his action have done to your image. What advice did your mother give you?
Mommy be like, it just be the father. So long as you think the way kind of stuff to protect your image, you just have to be real and say sorry. That's fine.
Okay. The Dr. Reverend, Mr. Vane and Brother Steve, if you guys want to just conclude, I appreciate the fact that PCK, you appear. They're going to come around and we're going to close, and we would ask you to give your closing statement. Dr. Peabody.
PCK, thank you for coming. But let me say this: I hope you understand how much this have cost will hurt you in your music business, because I hope you understand.
I was attacked last night.
And I hope you can find a way to get back with Martha, and you can find some means of resolving this. But I will also suggest that you seek help in some kind of counseling, probably to deal with some of you're a musician. Everybody will love you, and if little thing make you mad, it could affect your music industry. I hope you will seek some help, but find a way where you, nature, can reconcile and apologize to Martha, because she is very, very hurt, and I hope you can do that. So, thank you.
The Reverend. Reverend. Are you with us, the Reverend?
Yeah, I know there was a buffering. Any closing statement? I believe that's where we are. I could not hear Reverend Peabody. However, what I want to say to the young man, PCK, I grew up like you in Monrovia, playing music and singing on live stage and all of that. I want to give you an advice as a father and as a pastor. The Word of God says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. Take care of your name, your brand. Anything from the outside and the times we live. We live in a time when people are very sensitive, when we need to be very sensitive to women, when we have to be. My advice is, remember this incident and learn from it and grow from it. And be careful of who you put around you. Be careful who you put around you, please, because it will affect you and your music. Stand up, be a stand-up guy. Look out for women from this day on. Go out of your way to show your concern for women. Let that be a part of your music. Write some music that talks about how it's important to love women, to treat them with respect and be nonviolent and lift them up. If you do that, it will begin to be a redeeming area. Put it in your music, make it a part of your life, and be careful. Get away, people from around you who will not lift women up. Stay away from people who are violent. Work on that image. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Vinaco.
Yeah, I don't want to say much here. I just want to echo what everybody said. Just do what Reverend Martin had said and Reverend Peabody. Take counseling seriously. I'm not a counselor, but I'd like to suggest that, because not only are we talking about Martha and the situation with her, but I listened to you when they mentioned about one girl they called Crystal. I don't know her. Somebody said, oh, Crystal is making video about you. You say, oh, you leave Crystal with her, me. I will deal with her later. I will deal with her one-on-one. So that, to me, that shows that, the anger, that violent tendency. I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying, when Dr. Peter, I say work on your emotions and do some counseling. I hope you consider that and treat, everybody else, treat them with respect. Our women are already hurting. So much rape and abuse. I am a victim of abuse. And so I know how it feels. I had to question yourself and say, I mean, it's 25 years later. But I've moved on. But I'm just telling you, that woman is hurt. And you need to make amends with her and move on. Work on yourself. Work on your friends. And if your friends are toxic, get rid of them. It's not okay to hang around the same friends that would destroy your image or do not support what you stand for. It's okay. It's okay to let go of them. There's nothing wrong with them. In peace, and let go of them and help God to strengthen. Ask God to strengthen you to do that. It is okay. But I wish you all the best, and I hope you guys can resolve it. And you use this as a learning experience, so you can talk to other people in your community. Be that advocate. Join the team and advocate for women and children. So I wish you all the best, most of all. And I wish again, Martha, healing if she's watching. I wish her healing and a resolution to this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Steve.
Well, first of all, I wanted to point out one thing about PCK that, after listening to him, that I've picked up just before I gave him a challenge, because I do have a challenge for him. And that is, it takes a man, not a boy, to acknowledge and apologize. And I want to say, I commend you for apologizing publicly. Not too many men will do that. I commend you for that. But I want to challenge you. and I want to put my voice on the voices of everyone that has spoken with you today. I want to challenge you to use your platform, use your popularity, your money, your connection to speak for women. Considering most of the things I've heard you said, it surrounds your mother. And I want to believe also that your mother is precious to you. And if you can look into this challenge and take this challenge on, I think this will be a stepping stone for you to move on. Not necessarily that this incident will go away. People might remind you of it. It might come sometimes to haunt you. But the truth of the matter is you would have done better good for society and for women. So I want you to take on this challenge. And honestly, I wish you the best. And I hope and pray that you guys can resolve this issue in a more amicable and peaceful manner. Thank you so much.
So, PCK, thank you for coming and joining us on the show tonight. Again, as Steve, Mr. Vina said, the Reverend, Dr. Peabody, everyone have said it. We just hope that you listen to the little advice we gave you tonight. If there any way we can, anything we can do for you and Martha to come together and be like before and reestablish that relationship, because she spoke well of your mother, and she spoke about the relationship between your mother and her, how she would cook and you guys will eat some of the food, drink some hot cold water. That's a good thing. That's a good environment. Let's just build on that. I know you got an album coming up. Try to, some people say, include her on it, make her feel happy. Not only for her though. You know that there's a lot of people out there abusing women, abusing young girls. We talk about rape, and we talk about all other stuff when it comes to abuse. Use your platform, as Steve said, and bring light to these things. And that people can look at you to be a different piece of cake. And, you know, forget about the naysayers. Forget about what they will say on social media. You do your thing. You be humble, you know, and just remember, whenever someone actually push you to that limit, like Reverend Martin said, we get so angry when they talk about our mother. Remember, our mother will never allow us to go that way. And remember always that we have sisters, that we have wives, that we will have daughters, or some of us have daughters. Just remember that. It will save you. We know where we're from. Some people from Newcomtown, some people from West Point, some people from all over Liberia or in the United States. But remember, we will not allow our anger to get the best out of us. We should always overcome our anger with good. And only when we can do that, we'll see the better PCK out there. People will dance to your music. People will enjoy your music. And if there's anything we can do to make this happen, reach out to us. When I spoke to you this morning, you were so happy to come on the show because you said, you know what, big brother, this thing having a problem on my life. And it's true. It having a big problem, not only in Liberia. Everybody in the United States watching you right now. Is that PCK? The boy that make that song? Just remember that. And you will overcome and be humble. So we will ask you to give your final word tonight, and we can move on, and that we can just pray along with you guys. So go ahead, talk to us.
Okay. I just want to say this to all the women out there, that on behalf of me, my studio, and my team, I'm very, very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. But like the way you guys take the story to be a kind of a stuff, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not. I just want you people to have a place in your heart to forgive me and my team. Yeah, sorry.
So, Reverend, we heard a story about, thank you for joining us, Mr. Vina Cole. Thank you, Brother Steve. Reverend, we heard the story from Miss Martha Nimlet, and now we just heard from PCK. I know you, the Reverend in the house, Dr. Peabody, and Reverend, you got to close us here and offer some words of prayer, not only for PCK, but even for nature. But you know what? Let's pray that God can bless Martha, that God can strengthen her image, and you know that God can make her to be humble, and you know that she can be the best she can be. It's hard out there for women when especially you have been abused. And you know, but PCK, man, whenever you go in that studio, always find time to go visit Martha and show her love. So Reverend, take it away, please.
Dear God, we thank you that nothing is too hard for you. God, that you are in the impossible business, that you are still in the business of reconciliation. God, we heard today that PCK said, I'm sorry. We pray, oh God, that you will melt the heart of Martha, that she will be receptive to this apology. We pray, oh God, that you will reach to nature, oh God, and show him that you want us all to love one another, to control the anger within us. Help us, oh God, not to allow our emotions to get the best of us, but teach us, oh God, to harness even our anger, that we may use it for good. Father, right now, even as we pray, there are millions of women, not just in Liberia and Africa and other parts of the world, but all over, who feel alone, who feel injustice, who feel there is no kind of treatment that is right, who go through mental anguish and physical pain because of physical abuse and verbal abuse from men. We pray, oh God, that you will heal them. We pray, oh God, that you will speak to men everywhere. And oh God, even as we come to celebrate this 26th in our nation, this time of freedom, to celebrate our freedom, give us, oh God, the freedom to love rather than that freedom to hate. Give us the freedom, oh God, to care rather than that freedom of abandonment. Heal us, heal our land, heal our people. God, I pray that you use this moment as a teaching moment, not only for PCK, but for all men, for all women, to learn to stand up even as Martha did when they feel something egregious happened to them. Let them not be silent, because Lord, it is only when we speak, when we come together, when we're heard, that we can fix it. So thank you for this moment. Thank you for the studio again, oh God, that we can come and be open and be honest. Bless us, we pray, that we be better in all our lives. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, PCK. Thank you, Mr. Vina. Thank you, Brother Steve. It was a good show, and we look forward to having you guys on another platform.
Hey, PCK, don't be bitter. Get better, man. Get better.
Thank you. The Reverend and Emmanuel, how you call it? Dr. Peabody, remember now, we're going to have God Can Bless You tomorrow. We got to report back to the people concerning the foundation. Emmanuel was not in studio today. He is not in studio today based on the fact that they are far deep into bombing. And they are there distributing. Tomorrow morning, they will be in Buchanan, and they will be there distributing as well. On 26th day itself, they will still be distributing rice for people to eat. So it's a good thing, because we are here and all over the world try to contribute to this great cause, to the Spoon Foundation. And also at 2 o'clock United States time, which will be 6 o'clock in Liberia, we will have the former Vice President, the Ambassador, Joseph Nima Bwaka, in studio. I know we don't talk politics, but here's the thing. The Vice President, the former Vice President, reached out and said, listen, you got to give for 26 greetings to the Liberian people. And who am I to say no? We're going to do that for 1 hour from 2 to 3. Then from there, we're going to jump into God Can Bless Anybody. So, Reverend, the former Vice President that you pray for, 2017 or 2016, he will be coming on the show.
We were in his office together. We were there together. Yeah. But I am dismayed, Brother Spoon. You did not give the Reverend an opportunity to bring a message to the nation tomorrow, 26, Sunday. Let me say that again.
All right.
What's up with that? All I need is half an hour.
Yes, it did.
Well,
yes, it did.
You can do that.
That's right. What? Don't be scratching your head.
So we're gonna be here. Tomorrow is 26. So
hold on, Dad. Every day you got nowhere to go, but to go eat some good soup.
You got COVID.
Yes, the thing.
Yeah.
If you give the Reverend 30 minutes, he's gonna change the preaching to a talk show.
No. I want to bring a message to the nation. It's independence. We need it. Okay. We need to hear the word of God.
Well, we got the phone.
We need a word from the Lord.
Okay, really? So you asking for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Not politics.
No, no politics. A word of healing, man. Look, we need it. A word of direction. We do.
We need that. We're going to discuss that after the show today.
I need a commitment. We got a half hour. I don't want to discuss it. God already gave me the message, and He's given me the opportunity to get it. Why am I going to put it off? Now is the time. Now is the time. Half hour before the program starts. Before I ask you to apologize to me publicly on TV.
But I don't know what you're talking about, Reverend. We're going to
of course you don't know. We'll do that in the background. Yeah.
The best thing we can do over here is that we are having the vice president tomorrow at 2.
Right.
Okay? We're going to be in church tomorrow. I'm going to church tomorrow. You're having your own service tomorrow.
Right.
And we will discuss about the time slot. I don't know what they have on their schedule tomorrow. Because
Excuse me, you are the CEO. Don't even do that.
No, we have some churches.
Yeah, I understand it's 26. Yeah.
We have some churches tomorrow that have already paid for that time slot. Okay. But we would talk to Emmanuel and we would talk to Mr. T. And once we have a space, then they can consider your 30 minutes. Okay. But for now, on schedule tomorrow, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock Liberian time, we will have the former vice president, Honorable Joseph Nima Buakai.
A Baptist deacon.
He's a Baptist deacon.
Yes, he is. Effort Baptist Church. I preached at his church about 2-3 years ago for the 144th anniversary.
Reverend, where else have you not preached?
Well, I don't know, man. I preached in every recognizable Baptist church in Liberia.
How long have you been a Baptist?
Well, I started preaching at 17 years old. I've been a Baptist since I was 9.
Wow.
Yeah. From Rick's Institute.
Okay, so what are some of the Baptist churches you have preached to? You have preached in let's talk about the bigger churches. Now, don't talk about Alpha Baptist. Don't talk about.
You talk about in America? I think one of the most profound and prolific churches that's growing rapidly is the Delaware Valley Baptist Church right here in Willingboro, where the pastor is the Reverend Dr. James Bettner. He's a strong supporter of the Unity Fellowship Baptist Church and C. Levi Martin Ministries.
I thought if you talk about Willingboro, you were talking about the Alpha Baptist Church.
Alpha Baptist Church, yes. I was associate pastor there for about 5 years. That's where Charlize was dedicated. I preached there many times. In fact, when the church was...
You're starting a new show here now. You're starting a new show.
I know, part 2.
Dr. Peabody,
Dr. Peabody ready to split.
Yeah, if you want to go, you can go. We got 8 more minutes. I'll be out of here in 8 minutes.
Yeah, I preached at Alpha Baptist Church. I preached at Shiloh Baptist Church. You know, I preached at the New Jerusalem Baptist Church in Queens, New York. I preached at First Baptist Church there in Staten Island, and helped it to develop when it started. I preach all over the country in Baptist.
The very internet is going.
Oh, Dr. Peabody, you so bad. Don't do that.
So you
Dr. Peabody, Dr. Peabody,
my father was
you're doing something. Dr. Peabody is doing
Missionary and
something.
Educational Convention. So that's it. Providence Baptist Church, I've been preaching their watch night for years.
So how many? Now who do we have in Providence? Who's
right
the
now?
bishop
We have no. He's not a bishop. We don't have Baptist bishop, but
okay.
He is called the Reverend Dr. Samuel Bloomfield Reeves at Providence Baptist Church, the cornerstone of the nation. Started before Liberia became independent. Providence Baptist Church was established.
So, Reverend, where have you learned how to sing?
Actually, I learned how to sing from my mother. She used to hold prayers on Sunday morning and sing. So I grew up singing soprano. But that's where I learned to sing, and grew up in a band in Liberia, a group called Junior Temptations, and then honed my craft on stage and in Providence Baptist Church.
What was your greatest disappointment, Reverend? I mean, growing up as a Baptist pastor, preacher.
My greatest disappointment actually happened during the time of William R. Tolman, who I consider one of the best modern pastors and presidents in Liberia. We had all gone to the convention of young people, and there was a man called James Bull who was running for mayor of Montserrat County. and William Tolbert had come up with the idea that the young people were what he's called the precious jewels. And some of us got active politically. I was in the 12th grade. We pulled behind this guy called James Bull. We built a powerful band. I even wrote a poem, Pull with Bull. And I mean, we had thousands of young people in the street in front of them, a very active E.J. Roy. And a good friend of mine, young guy my age, Dave Garner, we were in the convention for the True Week Party. And we got in the convention with all these young people, and they did not even allow Jimmy Bull to run for the office of mayor. It was given to Sandy Manning. And we were that for me was my first
What year was that?
This was 19, I graduated from high school in 1974. That was 1974. I know you're trying to say I'm an old man, but I'm a good-looking old man.
No, I'm not going there.
You're always on my age.
We got Brother Steve back. Brother Steve, you have any question just about the Reverend?
Steve, he's always on my age, Steve.
Well, I think I've listened to the Reverend, and one of the things I've noticed is maybe Labrenpo don't get it, but it comes with nature that I see Labrenpo writing, or the politician Reverend, or the political Reverend, but it's a natural thing. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact that most of all the biblical leaders, somehow were involved with politics.
Absolutely.
And there is nothing wrong with it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it.
People forget to know the first guy who came to Monrovia in 1822. One of the first guys was a former superintendent of a plantation who became a Baptist preacher. His name was Lot Carey. We got a mission school over there. Lot Carey was one of the governors of Monrovia. In fact, he was the first pastor of Providence Baptist Church. One of the greatest we've had in our country was William R. Tolbert. He was a
Hey, Reverend, don't leave us now. You know, that's how the Baptist Reverend always leave you, though. That's that cannot.
Has gone to the pulpit, but I don't hear anybody calling him political preacher. The preacher must be heard because he's an advocate for the children of God. The same people in the state are the people in the church. They're not separate or different people. Without the voice of people like Martin Luther King Jr., many of us in America will not have the same freedom as everybody else. It's always been the pulpit. It's always been the pulpit speaking to the parishioners and the people in the nation. You cannot separate them. Man by nature is political. We are not apolitical. We by nature are political. The very first leader of the children of Israel, Moses, he was called not just to be a spiritual leader, but to be a political leader, to guide them. So,
the Reverend, please do not leave us this time, Reverend. You are saying something now. You are preaching your 26th message. That's how I got to get you involved.
No, I see Steve got a big question.
I'll ask you a question, Reverend, but there is something I wanted to clarify.
Right.
Most people come with the expectation that, based on the conversation we've had today, that maybe this person should have been crucified or this person should have been like this. Sometimes the healing process or just addressing some of the traumatic areas start like this, where people acknowledge, apologize, and then we go to the next step. It is important for us to work like this. So people who watched and thought that people were going to throw stone at this person or made the person guilty of this, I just wanted to bring this, that in addressing trauma, there are different ways we can address them. It's not always just saying, "Oh, PCK should go to jail," or "the girl was a liar," and then we go.
Hold on here, Steve, hold on here. You giving me a strong thing to say. Look, the Bible says that they brought a woman in front of Jesus, and they cry out that she was caught in the very act, and they had stones in their hands ready to kill her. Because it was the Mosaic law. The law was, if you caught in adultery, you should be stoned to death. Jesus looked at all the accusers. But what I find peculiar in this, it's adultery, right? So where is the man? Hold on. I know you want to jump in this. Because we had this conversation in your office. You got all the accusers, but where is the man? If she's caught in adultery, Why is it only the woman is brought publicly to shame, to rebuke, to repudiation? Why is she brought before the crowd, this posse, this her group, rather to stone her with shambles of clothes on? In fact, I'd like to imagine almost naked since she was caught. Jesus, wait a minute. I know we will come to this. Let me finish the message. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I want to answer Steve. I know where you want to go. Let me answer Steve. So Steve, not only was this woman shamed, not only was this woman mentally and publicly humiliated, okay? Everybody there wanted to kill her. So they asked Jesus, what should we do with her? Because Moses' law says we stone to death. Jesus didn't even answer them. He wrote in the stone, in the sand. I really like to think the reason why Jesus didn't answer them and wrote in the sand, he looked at everybody who was around there who had their own sin with stone in their hand. He looked at one person and he said, thou shalt not steal. He looked at another one and said, thou shalt not kill. He looked at some and said, thou shalt not commit adultery. He looked at all of them and he wrote in the sand. And the Bible says, and as he wrote in the sand, they dropped their stone one by one because they saw their own selves. And then he looked at the woman and said, neither do I condemn you. And that's what we did with this young fella today. We didn't condemn it. What we said was, go and be better. Go and he said, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Go be better. We're not here to condemn. We're here to direct. Or redirect as the case may be. Brother Witherspoon, I'll be quiet because now you can come in. Because I know that he used to be my Sunday school superintendent. Okay? I know what
this. A lot of people just read that Stanton, forget the CEO thing. When it comes to the Reverend myself, there is no CEO. But a lot of people feel that, you know what? We go hard on each other. There's a reason.
Yeah.
If you set a man up, Steve, if you said this man, he coming to church, I'm gonna put some biblical knowledge in him, and for so many reasons, right? Things happen. The Reverend will defend himself to the end.
If he's right.
You cannot hold back.
Yeah.
One of the Reverend is right. One of the Reverend is wrong. The Reverend is a Baptist Reverend.
And he will apologize when he's wrong. Don't do that. You
just started something, Steve. Jesus Christ saw in the crowd that this woman was abused, or this woman committed adultery by someone.
With someone.
With someone. She cannot, for any reason, you just cannot accuse her and say she committed adultery. Or one person cannot commit adultery. That's why I'm trying to tell the Reverend, say, hold on, be very slow. You're moving too fast. I want people to understand, PCK, he was accused.
Right.
And he was patient. He waited patiently in the back. And he came and he told his story.
Yeah.
Now, the only part of that story that confused me, Reverend.
Okay.
He said the force from his body make him tip over.
But you see, hold on, there is something. Yes, there was something else in that story with the woman, and that is called the herd mentality. You got a whole bunch of people coming together right now, okay? And ordinarily they won't do that. There's also the posse mentality. Steve, you know what I'm talking about. One person start to fight, everybody else start fighting. One person start throwing stone, everybody won't throw stone. And that's what it is. And you got a lot of people right now who want to throw stone at PCK, whatever his name is. And you got a lot of people who want to turn the other eye. Even if they see something wrong, it's called willful blindness.
Right.
We're not going to condemn one way or the other, but what we will say is, you're better than that.
So let's go back to the Bible, Reverend, and let's go back to you.
Look, I told you, let me preach tomorrow. You want a sermon now?
We're still trying to check the schedule. Let's go back to you, Reverend.
Yeah.
So you are men of faith.
Yes.
And sometimes you speak on these political issues in the country.
Have to.
At what time do you think you are over your limit?
Never. Let me tell you this. A lot of people don't understand the Bible and they think because you're a preacher, you ought to just talk about by and by in the sky, all of that. Jesus was killed, if you look clearly, for political reasons. for political reasons as well as our salvation.
At one time, Reverend, at one time you think that you are biased. You're just one-sided.
No, I'm never biased and I'm never on one side because I always try to be critique. I always check myself out. Lord, am I speaking from my own biases? I don't, like I tell people all the time, I prayed for George Weah. I prayed for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I prayed for Boyka. I prayed for Costa. I prayed for our vice president. Look, I'm impartial, but I am not going to be silent when I see wrong because somebody's going to get mad at me. If I see my leaders going wrong, it's incumbent upon me to be critical of my leader so that my leader can be better. A lot of people think criticism is a negative thing. No, all of us become better because of the criticism we have. All of us. I quit drinking because of the criticisms we had. I quit smoking, hold on, in my life because of criticism. I quit and became better. If it wasn't for the criticism, I would never take the time to look at myself and see myself. None of us are perfect. And people get angry at you when you show them their sin, when they should really be saying, my man, thank you.
The doctor. Doctor, what's your relationship to this Reverend Martin?
Reverend Martin.
Tell her you eat my son.
Reverend Martin is a father, a mentor, a big brother, and everything. You know, I actually got a more preaching when Reverend Martin brought me. Reverend Martin put me more.
You were my sister pastor for years. Tell him.
Yes, and because most of my work was mission, but Reverend Martin brought me more into preaching, and I still love mission. I feel that where God have called me to, but. You know, Reverend Martin has just been phenomenal person. Anytime you need him, he is there for you. We can go the whole night, and I can talk about
his preaching, though. Steve, before you come in, I'm sorry to Vina. You can join me whenever. Let's talk about the Reverend preaching. Dr. Peabody. What would you say about the Reverend preaching compared to other preachers you have heard preaching?
I think he's a Martin Luther King in a sense. He's a Martin Luther King.
Are you going to take him to Martin Luther King or are you going to take him to Ike Shelton?
I like Martin Luther King because he's my personal hero.
He loved Martin Luther King. He loved him. Yeah. You know.
So before we do that, Steve, I'm sorry.
I like Steve to bring the psychoanalysis in.
Yeah, that same area. But now this is what we should look at. Whenever you see, I'm not going to throw any stone over here. But now you get they don't now tapping something. Let hear what they don't say. Because you know it's the Reverend, so let hear what they don't say. That's why I get in trouble. They don't hear you go. So true, embrace of criticism makes a better person. Thank you, Reverend Peabody. Wow. Reverend.
Go ahead, Steve.
Reverend.
It's okay, man.
So I want to ask the Reverend something, considering it's in line with, I've always heard you and the Reverend joke around with the age issue and the age gap and the generational dispensation. And I got a question for the Reverend in that context, based on his style of preaching and his beliefs. Reverend, how do you reconcile the reality we face now in connections with the Bible? Let me give you a typical example. You have a society wherein people think that the remedy of our problems or some of the challenges we face should be, let's leave it and go and pray. Let's say this scenario we just addressed. Let's just leave it, let's go pray and leave it with God, and God will take care of it. What will you say as a preacher man in this kind of situation where someone is broken and hurt like this? Do you think they should just be limited to PCK coming and apologizing, or there should be another step going forward in terms of accountability from a physical standpoint as well to serve as a deterrent? What do you think?
I think I breached on that earlier while we were speaking, and I'm sure you heard me, but I think you want me to elaborate on it.
Most definitely.
Because what I said was there can be no reconciliation without remorse. Without remorse. How do I forgive somebody who never says sorry, who never apologizes for the egregious thing that they've done against me? Well, it's hard. One of the difficulty we're having as a nation right now is that so many egregious things have been done to people, and they've never had an opportunity to face those who injured them, and never had those individuals who killed their mothers and killed their fathers and robbed them of their childhood, who to come up there to them and say, hey man, I hurt you, I'm sorry. This is where we begin to heal as a nation and as a people. Until we can do that, the healing process takes a long time. In fact, sometimes it never happens. All we do is put a band-aid on it. We got to do this. We got to do this as a nation for us to move forward. I mean, that's why you see us, we on a G. Every time it seems like we going someplace, we stop a little bit because there is no healing. The Bible says, a broken and a contrite heart, oh God, thou will not despise. It was not until David admitted to the prophet who criticized him of Uriah's wife that David saw himself have remorse. The Greek word for it is metanoia, meaning you're truly sorry. In the Old Testament it says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn. That's what the metanoia means, to turn from the wicked way. Then will I hear from heaven, I will forgive their sins.
But let's speak, the Reverend, let's speak about you're speaking about David.
Yeah.
I understand right now. Before the child was born, David apologized. And after the child was born, he apologized again.
Yeah.
Which one you are saying was accepted and which one wasn't?
You know, I think God constantly reminded David of that.
I'm sorry, Reverend. Can you just put in your microphone? It's giving a grinding feedback.
Thank you. It's better?
Yes, sir.
If you will notice, it's important that people are contrite when they do something wrong. If you never contrite, you will repeat it again. You will cause the same injury again. You will cause the same hurt again. When you understand this story of David and Uriah's wife, that baby in fact died, because there's always consequences for the things that we do. David was sorrowful while the child was sick, but when the child died, he got up. But that same woman had another child, and even when she had that child, God reminded both of them. He says, this child you've had, David, by Uriah's wife. He reminded him of that original sin. Solomon, he said, I will love this child. I will love this child. Reminding us that sometimes when we do wrong, don't just take it for granted. Let it be a lesson that we do not repeat it. Let us learn from it. That is why I was admonishing this young man to learn from what happened. Because if we fail to learn from it, we'll repeat those mistakes again. None of us perfect. Go ahead, Steve.
But Reverend, in all honesty, I don't think you have addressed the physical part of it, which is accountability in terms of punishment, because we live in a physical world where people need to be held accountable for what they did. So I can commit a crime. Let's take, for example, the situation in Liberia, the war. People commit an atrocity or whatever it is. Yes, it's okay to apologize to start the process. What do we do next? What is the next step physically to hold them accountable?
I concur with you. Okay, because one of
Steve, please don't let my Reverend leave us. Please don't do that, Steve. Don't do that. Don't do that, Steve. The Reverend was just on a ride, man. But listen, Reverend, hope you can come back. Try to charge, man. The Reverend called in Dr. Peabody. Go ahead, Tavina. You want to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say something. You know, Steve kind of mentioned it, that most people felt that we needed to tell PCK, you're wrong, this person is right. That is not our place. That is not our place. And I've heard, you know, I'm an advocate as well. People say, well, you need to go to court. You need to take it to court, and we will meet me at the court. We need to do this, do this. That is not our place. We need to tell this young lady what she needs to do, yes. But if she decides she wants to resolve it another way, what I'm saying is,
if you can hear me, okay, great. What I was saying in essence is you're absolutely right.
I beg you, Reverend. Hold on 1 minute. Tavina was about to finish up her statement.
Oh, okay.
No, what I was thinking is that if she decides that she wants just a sorry from the case and that's it, then then that's her resolution, where it is, but not to put that pressure on her that, you need to go to court. You need to do this. And this money we're giving you, you better not draw that case. You need to do this and do this. You're putting so much pressure on her. And so we need to address that. And not us as a group here, but just generally as advocates, we need to stay clear of that. With what she wants, we support her in the process. We're there to support her in the healing process. It is not our place to put judgment on her or the PCK, or I'm not a judge. I don't even want to be a judge. And hopefully that's not the message that we send out today. We're here to listen to both sides.
You're right. You're right. And I think we were very, very fair in what we did today. We listened to Martha, we listened to PCK, and let the people decide. But I think PCK apologized. I'm serious. I just felt within myself that he's hurt. And he's gonna take serious action with his group, his boys, and his foot soldiers. But let's go back to what the Reverend was saying. Reverend, so before you address Steve's question, David was punished,
right,
for his crime,
right,
all right.
That's justice.
The first child died.
Yes.
The accountability was what?
The accountability first was that he admitted it. He took responsibility for it. Look. That is why I got a lot of problem with some leadership in America. They don't take responsibility for anything. Okay? And don't move your eye like that, Steve. I know you're reading me. When you don't take responsibility, you cannot correct it.
Yes.
You cannot correct it if you don't take responsibility. So David took responsibility for it. He said, I acknowledge my transgression and my sin is ever before me. Against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight. And he acknowledged it. He acknowledged it. Now he was able to start going and make restitution for it. But he couldn't make restitution to a man that was already dead. Okay? But he suffered the consequences. That child did not survive. Look, the Old Testament prophet Micah, he asked a question. What does God require of us? 3 things. To love justice, to show mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. I believe we need to love justice, but we need to temper it with mercy. We need to temper it with mercy. That is why I do not personally believe in capital punishment, in killing somebody else. But I believe in locking him up.
Yeah,
and I believe in taking the dog outside when it's making too much noise.
Let me close the door. That's fine. Yeah, come on. Stand on the peace side. So, but notwithstanding the Reverend.
Yes.
So David, first child by Uriah's wife.
Yes.
That child passed.
Yes.
But David cried though.
Yes, he did. While the child was sick.
Fasted. While the child was sick.
Yeah.
He fasted. He prayed.
Yeah.
He couldn't eat.
Yeah.
He couldn't shave.
No.
But then why God didn't forgive him then?
Because God is a just God. God is look, the Bible makes it very clear in 1 Corinthians 15, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. A lot of people want to say, I'm sorry and go on without consequences. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You got to pay, man. Hey, look, if you do the crime, you're going to do the time. That's how it is. And then you're going to have some time to think. I messed up. But it's not just good enough to say I messed up. You got to pay. You got to pay. Look, all of us messed up. The thing is, we got grace.
Reverend, did he mess up by looking upon the woman from the balcony window? Is that his first?
Oh, come on, Stanley. You come and do this again here.
Reverend, we have to do this. We're talking about
let's do this. Let's do this.
At the end of the day, David was one of the best. God said, "This is a man of my own heart."
I know you love David, and I know how much you love David. I won't say why, but I know you love.
No, I love David. We're going to call this show to our end.
Okay.
Steve, don't go there. Don't go there, Steve.
I said,
don't go there, Steve.
Steve did not say a word. He only laughed. He only laughed. Steve only laughed.
I'm just asking the question.
Okay, let me answer this. Let me answer this, Brother Witherspoon. One of the sins is the lust of the eye. Jesus says, we've already sinned when we undress a woman with our eyes and our imagination. It's already there. Anybody would tell you the first thing starts with the mind. It starts in the mind. The iniquity, it's in the head. It's in the head. You do it in your head, and then you do it in your mind. Let me say this. We talk about this guy abusing the woman. Even before he verbally abused her, he mentally thought about it. The thought became word. And then later on, the word became a physical action. So we need to be able to rein in our thoughts. We need to rein in our thoughts. That's why we're human beings. We have the ability to make a decision and say, okay, no, I'm not going to go in that direction. Many of us fall. I've fallen because of what happened in here, in my thoughts. Thoughts become actions. Actions become habits. Habits become characteristics. And it can destroy you, whether it's negative or positive.
Robert, I know you're having a show coming up on Wednesday. This is a conversation that we love to be part of, and it would be so good for us to sit down and have a good conversation when it comes to the Bible. If only our people can learn the words of God and practice the words of God, Liberia will be a better place.
It would be.
It will be a better place. It's not just about we just reading and reciting Bible verses.
We might not be hearers only, but doers also.
Of the words. But let's say this. So because of that, we're going to go to 1 Samuel. All our questions tomorrow, oh, God can bless somebody or anybody will come from 1 Samuel. And, and we should understand that if you're out there that want to participate, just call in. So Steve, maybe you got $10 for you tomorrow, right? And you want to bless somebody in Liberia. Just call you on the show with one Bible question. We will open the mic. You're going to ask somebody a Bible question. And once you ask them to get it right, you will give them $10. If they get it wrong, you will hold your $10 back. You'll have to be part of that tomorrow?
Sure, most definitely.
Great. And that go for Tavina, and that go for everyone that listens to us. So now it will not just be only the Reverend, Dr. Peabody, Pastor Raymond, and myself. We're going to leave the phone line open. Listen, Stanton, I got $10. Reverend, I want to call in. I have this Bible question. I have $10 to bless somebody with today. John, yes, my Bible question. You ask the question, they get the question right, they answer it right, and you just cash out the foundation, your $10, and we will give it to them. It can even be $5. We're just trying to bless somebody. I mean, I love the show tonight, the last portion of the show, Reverend. And we will get to know you better. We'll get to know about your wife. Did I say wives? No, I said wife, right?
Don't bring the Davidic thing to me. I'm going to keep it to you. I'm going to throw it back.
I got you on that. We'll get to know about your children. And likewise, you, Dr. Peabody, will do the same. We'll get to know about each and every one of us. And we're going to have a good show tomorrow. I mean, Steve, if you want to jump on the show, you can jump on the show tomorrow. We're going to have Joseph Nima Boycott. Tavina, thank you very much for coming. You can jump on too, and we will open the line. And in closing, Dr. Peabody.
Well, it's been a happy 26 to everybody again. We know these are trying times, and even considering our country, all these years, 173 years old, and we are still where we at. So we want to wish the entire country happy 26. Thank you, Spoon Foundation. A lot of people have food to eat because of the donation for the 26. So I want to thank everybody. Wish everybody wonderful night. And tomorrow we'll be blessing people again. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Somebody is asking which part of Samuel. Samuel wrote 2 books, 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. The question will be coming from 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. Just go into those books and read them. Try to gather answer enough questions, and you will be blessed. 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. Let's ask the question for those 2 books, and we will be good. Tavina, thank you. And a closing thing, because we're about to go.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again for having us on. I know we've been here 3 or 4 times now. Happy 26. I know it may not seem happy or happy 26 because of COVID and the increased rip and everything else, but the fact that we can see another day, that's something to be thankful for. And that's how I see it. So I just want others to just be thankful that we're alive. All the wrong things could have happened to us. So we just want to say happy 26, and I wish everybody all the best. Thank
Brother
you.
Steve. Thank you, Serena.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks to Spoon Talk. I'm grateful to be here, and thanks to all of you, Dr. Peabody, the Reverend Charles, and Witherspoon. I want to say thank you so much. Thanks to the Liberian people for tuning in. Like I've always said, they're the most important people on earth. That's what I believe. And I also believe that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. That's another belief I carry, and I will continue to say as much as possible. I want to wish all the Liberian people, regardless of where you are, whether you are back home or abroad, I want to say happy and hopeful 26. We are hopeful, we are optimistic, and we thank God for life in this time. Thank you so much for the opportunity and the time.
The Reverend.
Just thinking, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be on this program. The children of Israel wandered 40 years in the wilderness. It's been 40 years since 1980 that we've been almost stagnated as a people. I believe God is about to give our nation a breakthrough. As we celebrate this 26, keep your head up. Keep believing, keep hoping, keep expecting. Keep changing, keep getting better. Our best is still ahead of us. God bless you all.
Thank you. Happy 26 from the Spoon family, from my wife and myself. We want to say happy 26 to all you guys. Happy 26 to Mama Liberia till we meet again. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Thank you so much.
All right, folks, many thanks to all of you. And you just listen to the team. Like I said, tonight, I'm in here because Emmanuel Coutu is busy out there doing some other things. And I hope he's going to be with you tomorrow. And we're going to continue with some music until 12 a.m., at which time we're going to be celebrating the birthday of this country. So we're going to continue until that time. I want to say again, many thanks to all of you for joining us, and for you all on social media. Thank you very much for being a part. My name is James. The reason you see me, I'm not talking. I'm just here to, to fill in because Emmanuel is not here. I have to do everything. And I just sit back and relax. I saw most of you saying, hey, why are you not talking? No, it's not about talking. It's about doing the job. So let's go to this music as we get set to play a couple of Liberian songs up to 12 a.m. Let me get this on for you. Let me get this by Quincy B. It's called Check and Balance.
Yeah.